freaking. I started following some guy. I was doing work in the office or something, and I'm like, it's his name is like Hood Printer or her Hood Painter or something. Super chill dude and knows a lot about for Warhammer and stuff. And I'm like,
Hmm.
this is really relaxing. I dig this. And he was showing a bunch of different techniques and stuff like that, and just super open. He's just like you. You guys would hit it off. And I saw the category and it said miniatures and painting. I go, what the hell is this? And
Yeah.
I messaged, I got in his chat and he goes, oh yeah, this, I just saw it today. Somebody else told me about it. And I'm like, no way.
That's
So
Yeah.
awesome.
I think they dropped it that day.
they did. They did. But,
I'm debating if I want to do independent streams. I don't know if I want to though.
I'd say
I
do it.
used to. I used to, and it kind of bugged me because it was always just like me by myself painting to like nobody.
I
Well,
mean, that was
you
just
only
me
stream
last night.
to Instagram though, correct?
Um, for right now, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's a big limitation with exposure is that. And really what it comes down to like is
Well,
just
I
that.
used to do Twitch. I
Did
used to do Twitch, and it was just like me and like nobody else. Like maybe one of my friends would show up for a little bit.
I mean, that's where I'm at with Twitch too. It's kind of just like I want to grow, but I know it's not going to happen immediately. You know, you just kind of
Yeah.
just do repetition and stuff.
yeah.
I think it's just more like at the time, I should try it again because at the time I was doing not great mentally. So I'm like,
Gotcha.
so that also could have caused a reason why I don't want to do it because it's
Yeah.
just like, oh
Well,
hey, you're live now.
I've been doing a lot of art streams where I just draw on my iPad and
Hmm.
just hang out. So like if you ever see me on and just want to like be creative, just let me know.
Okay.
Hop on a call, jam out some creative stuff.
Let's. I don't know what kind of music is on this. That's super chilled. It's not like Halloweeny. I want Halloweeny.
Um,
You can't see on my camera, but on stream I have spiders on the wall.
Nice.
It's one of those projectors. You can't really see it with all the lights in here though. Like I got the
if you
stream
turn
lights.
if you turn the logo neon logo off, it might show better. But then you don't have the logo.
No, it doesn't really help that much. Like I would have to turn off like this, the painting light and the stream light. But regardless, no worries.
Well, what's more important? Just paint in the dark. God.
Well, that's what I was trying to do. No. Um. Let's. Well, since I can't find Halloween, I'm just gonna do rock. That'll get me going. So, uh,
Buttons.
buttons. Who's got the buttons? So I went on a little splurge. I have to say, which is not unsurprising at all. I bought the little weights that you have for your wet palette, the copper
Mm-hmm.
ones. So I got the
Just
weights
palette
now.
shields.
Yep, I got those. I got the sweet handle from Gamer Envy, which I took the handle off for now just so I can move this guy around because he's just so big.
Yeah.
And I also picked up, and I'm probably going to raffle it away some point this month, is a Gamer Envy rack for paints.
Ooh.
So I got this big boy,
What do they
and
call it? The Bastion or something like that?
something like that, and it'll hold 3, 6, 7, 8, 16, 36 bottles in it, plus a brush rack
That's
at the
awesome.
bottom. And it's held
That's a
together.
lot of
It's not
bottles.
just like little strips, it's actually screws that hold this son of a gun together. So it's actually really well. The only thing I wish they did was give instructions on, how to assemble it, because it was like, I'm like sitting here like, oh my god, I'm gonna break this damn thing. Like it was
It's part
awful.
of the journey.
Yeah, that was definitely part of the journey. And then I got a Citadel water cup. So I got the water cup with the little things, and I looked at a bunch of different reviews, and I didn't want to be a complete fanboy for Gamer Envy and buy like literally their entire inventory. I want to save something for when I'm at PAX Unplugged.
I have the entire inventory.
I know, and it's like I really like their stuff, and they're super nice, and it's like, so I picked this up at the local shop, and I'm really curious to use it because of the ridges and everything in it. So and then I picked up a new mat.
This is what I use. It's literally an IKEA toothbrush holder.
Amazing.
And then I have the Game Envy scrubber in the bottom. Because I like that it's glass, so I can clean it out easy.
I tried ordering a light, and they were all out. I got my dividend like a week ago.
Your dividend?
Yeah, it's the thing Alaskans get for living in Alaska. They get paid by the government once a year.
They were really out of them?
Yeah, no, I looked on the website because I'm like, oh, I got some cash now. Let's go get some. And yeah, they were out.
Of just the one color, or
I don't remember.
It comes in black and white.
I know they were out of the black one, and I wanted the black one.
Yeah, don't settle. Get what you want.
I mean, it's the same light. It's just color different. But yes,
it would look so out of place in my room. Like everything's black.
Fair.
You could hit it with some black primer.
Oh man.
No, don't do that. I mean, you can, but
I mean, I might.
Be very careful.
That's not. I don't have the time to do that. I don't have the time to be careful and do it right.
Then don't buy the white one.
Nope.
That's interesting though. I mean, I can. He might just be restocking and stuff for packs, and I know it also might be. I know he's fulfilling all the Kickstarter stuff, and I think.
Oh yeah.
I think that was like one of the add-ons for the Kickstarter was Adolescent.
Oh yeah, no, I totally understand like trying to catch up like as like a small business. Like I could totally fucking relate to that. So like I'll wait.
Yeah. So I gotta figure.
I got my jank setup of a desk lamp and then a studio light for my art, and it seems to work good enough for now.
Hey, I mean, I've seen a lot of people. I have a bunch of friends that stream and stuff all the time, or are big YouTube people, and they have photography lights.
Yeah, that's what I'm rocking.
Lights that are meant for streaming. Like my one friend got sent a bunch of stuff from like Elgato as like for the stream lights that they make, and she's like,
yeah,
cool.
The key lights or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she totally didn't set them up for key lights. She definitely like put them on a bracket and then did an angle so they're over her desk, so now they're her paint lights.
I mean, I did order one of those because the Game Envy one was out, and I'm just like, okay, well I need something. And so I got an Elgato key light because it was on Prime Day, so they were like under $100. I'm like,
nice.
Yep, I'm going for it.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
I didn't even think to look at those on Prime Day.
Yeah, I think they were like 98. It wasn't much under. It was just a little under 100, but the fact that they were under 100, it's like, yep, I gotta get one. I have to.
I wanted to get another Stream Deck, and I know that went down by a whole $2.
Yeah,
no,
I picked one of those up too.
Spoil me. Stream Decks are great.
Yeah, I've never had one before. Like I got the Go XLR, and now that I'm streaming more now, I'm just like, okay, well maybe I can justify it. And plus at my job at the university, we have a teaching and learning studio where we have a learning glass, which is just a glass board that's that instructors can write on while
Mm-hmm.
they are doing their lectures and being recorded. And they have a stream deck kind of setup. It's like almost like a one button kind of setup where it's like you push the button and then like all the lights turn on, all the cameras turn
Yep.
on, everything turns on. And I'm just like, I could do something like that at home if I got a stream deck.
You definitely can because you can get plugins for like Nano Leaf and stuff.
Yeah.
I use it, so that's literally what Critical Role uses to change all their stuff is a Stream Deck, or a couple of them really. I use one for every day during work because you can also set up just hotkeys, right? So I have hotkeys for a whole bunch of different commands for in Figma, Photoshop, Illustrator, you name it.
Oh
Because
my
you can
God.
also set the because you can set the Stream Deck to change the profile depending on what program you're using. So like if you're in Slack, you can have a Slack profile, and it'll auto change to the Slack profile.
Oh my God. I didn't even. Oh man. There's so many
Yeah.
possibilities.
I have it set up for
Yep.
pretty much the camera, the lights, Discord, Twitch. I have all of my folders and everything for like work set up through it, so it's all hotkey for pretty much everything. It's
Would it be
these
able
things are awesome.
to would it be able to like remember like the XLR settings? Like it probably could.
I would imagine.
Like switch. Yeah.
If you can do it via a keyboard,
Yeah.
you can do it via the Stream Deck.
Okay.
That's an effect.
But what you're
color.
using might also have its own plugin for it.
Yeah, no, it always like at the bottom of the Go XLR program it's like, "Oh, do you got a Stream Deck? Connect your Stream Deck." So I imagine they go hand in hand.
Yeah. I do know. Oh, another way I'm going to try to use it, and I'm going to try to do it the first time tomorrow for my D&D game is using it as a soundboard.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a bunch of
Oh.
different sound effects, like animals roaring or just like
Oh, I already
scenes
have
set
that
where it's
on my
like
my-
rain and stuff like that, but set up on the Stream Deck, so I can just like hit a button and it changes the weather or whatever. And then I also have it controlling my Spotify, so I can have that be paused or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes things come unplugged though. You got to redo them, but overall, it should work just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same with the stupid Go XLR that resets settings after every Windows update.
It's mold
But-
green. I think I got a bio green. I'm just trying to get some moldy clothes. That sounds about right for this guy. I have no idea what to paint this guy, like, at all.
Yeah, I'm kind of just like, I don't know why I primed this in red. I think red was the only color I had. And so I'm kind of just like muting the red with just like random greens and grays so I can just kind of cover it up and forget that I primed it red.
I haven't primed black right now, so I think I'm going to be doing, a lot of dry brushing.
Yeah.
I'm going to set him back a little more so I don't knock him back into my wet palette. Again.
Okay, we're gonna try the thing with the stuff right out the gate.
Do it. Do it. Sugar nuts. I don't know. I want to do
Plant
his head as a
something else.
pumpkin. I need some yellows out. Because there's leaves and stuff.
And stuff.
And
Are
foliage.
you going with like a grimdark kind of look?
Well, I'm kind of just... I don't know. I think I'm going to do his jacket in kind of like a bluish. But I'm going to do a wash over it and then like dark tone and then go over with some highlight. I think. I don't know.
You know, trust the process. You'll figure it out.
He's gonna look like he eats crayons for a freaking season.
I mean, maybe he does. Maybe he's what's the word for that? People that just eat everything.
Titans in Destiny 2?
Yeah.
No, it's like a real thing, and like they'll eat like couch cushion foam and stuff.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can't
Yeah.
remember what it's called, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like it's an actual like thing that.
So I'm literally just getting a sugar ton of colors out just to try and play. Oh, you're a thick boy. Get out there. There we go. I did not realize how fast paints accumulate.
No?
No, it's pretty fast.
Oh, I could have warned you.
Yeah, we all could have.
Yeah, because I bought
It's same with paper.
Yeah, what do you mean?
It's you just you end up buying a sketchbook that you think it looks nice at the store, and then like all of a sudden you've bought like 10 sketchbooks and they're piling up, and you won't get to them in like a year or two because you have so many of them. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Like I tell myself like I'm not allowed to buy sketchbooks anymore because I literally have enough paper to last me for the next like 10 years.
Okay, question for you. Speaking of notebooks and stuff, I have a habit of buying like moleskin type
Yeah.
moleskin type notebooks.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also don't use them because I feel guilty using them.
Oh, don't do
like,
that.
Like it's like real nice, and I'm like, oh, this would be great to use for blank, and then it's like I feel the need to find out if it's something that I'm going to need longer term, because if I only use the notebook for but a couple of days, I feel like real guilty that I only use like 10 pages.
What's stopping you from using it for something else though?
Good question.
My weirdness.
Like you could it could be like a chapter, like okay, so like I used the notebook for D&D this time, and then like maybe it's like a work related thing the next time, and eventually it'll fill up.
No, I don't.
I mean, it's I am the same way. I used to be the same way. But how I get around that is I have so many to where it's like for example, I bought this really cool. Actually, I have it. Is it close?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not reaching for it. I have this
thing to show you, but I'm not gonna.
I'll describe it. It's basically a sketchbook with like
you don't have to. I was teasing.
Yeah, no, I know. It's a sketchbook with like a Captain America cover on it. I bought it while I was studying abroad in Japan, so there's a lot of sentimental value there. And I bought it like 6 years ago, and I'm just like I can't put anything in this right now. I'm not worthy yet. Like I'm not good enough to put stuff in here yet. Now I'm finally using it, and it's almost full.
I also just end up being like, okay, this is my work one. And then if I don't have work things to put into it, then I don't use it anymore.
Oh, that's a scary mindset to get in. Like I have a sketchbook that was dedicated to creature design, and because it was just dedicated to one thing, I have not drawn in it since. And I need to just dig it up and be like, nope, you're just becoming whatever now.
But see, that's exactly what I mean. It's like, I don't know. I'm a weird boy.
Just need the fuck it mentality and just do stuff.
Yeah. Easier said than done, this lady.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Don't worry. Freaking, I assume you guys have been keeping up with the dungeon. It's, like the final boss is Atrax, right?
Dude, that dude's never going away. Never.
What is the dungeon? Like I thought
It's
you were playing like D&D, and I got like kind of real excited, and then I was like, oh wait, this is like a
Destiny 2.
Destiny.
I don't know. I don't video game much.
Oh, I thought you did. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, Destiny 2 does end game content with like raids and dungeons and stuff, and one of them
Mhm.
came out today. And
Yep.
the whole community is it's a whole community event where it's teams race to be the first one to complete it. And
Did they
Bungie
win
gets behind.
something?
Yeah, no, Bungie gets behind it, and they like for raids, they'll you get the notoriety for one, and then also you get a raid belt, which is kind of cool.
Are they
Like
doing
a
that for the
raid
dungeon too?
belt?
No, for the dungeon, it's a smaller scale, but it's like a custom embroidered like hoodie for the
Yeah,
top
that's what I
teams, I
thought.
think.
I remember seeing that.
But yeah, no, like it was really fun to watch.
It
They're
was
really
long,
yeah, it took them 4.5 hours,
which is pretty
which is
insane for a dungeon.
crazy. Yeah, considering like it took longer than like Root of Nightmares, Eater of Worlds, Scourge of the Past, and then the reprised Vault of Glass as well. Like, oh boy.
But also it's contest mode, so
Yeah, no.
they got the difficulty like way jacked up.
Yeah, no, I like what they're doing with it. Like they're doing something right. Like the fact that it was that hard with no champions, like, oh man, Bungie's cooking. They're doing so good.
They were always very good at the after,
I used
you
to
know,
kill the
end
ducks with the light gun.
game. That's old school.
Yep.
And you know what? Old school's coming back in a big way.
That's about where I'm at though. Like I'm the only reason why I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 is because I'm playing it with my friend who's already done like 6 run-throughs, and she's like, "Okay, gotta go over here now." I'm like, "Okay." Like, thanks, mom. I just open world games confuse me.
Oh yeah, no, the reason why I haven't done Baldur's Gate 3 is because I grew up on shooters, and so going from like a first person shooter kind of format to a kind of like a top down turn based like Baldur's Gate, it's really jarring and I can't wrap my head around it. And it's
I can relate to that.
not boring, but also boring. Like I'm sure, like I don't doubt that Baldur's Gate is full of like good story and character development, but it's just the way it's formatted bores me, and I can't play it.
Right.
I've tried so hard.
For me, it's more like I don't know where to go, right? So like in Baldur's Gate, there's like 6 or 7 different little things on the map, and I'm like, well, how do you know which one to go to?
They side quest you to death. Huh?
Right. And I'm just like, because I tried to play Dragon Age Inquisition,
Oh yeah.
and I got lost
Mm-hmm.
in some cavern that kept getting eaten by wolves, and I'm just like, okay, I'm done, I guess.
Well, it's kind of like Hollow Knight too. Like I started playing Hollow Knight because a couple friends were like, "You haven't played it? Like you need to fucking play it right now." And I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll try it." And like it's like a side scroller. It's really
Yeah.
fun, but the problem is it doesn't tell you like what to do. You kind of just like you jump in and then you bumblefuck your way around until you like eventually find a boss to beat, and then you have access to new areas. And so it's kind of like a Metroid kind of game, or like even Mario to a sense of just like you just wander around until you somehow do things. And that's really hard for me. Like I finally did it enough to where I'm like, okay, I was able to find the map, and now I can see myself on the map. Okay, we're getting somewhere.
Right.
We're
But
digging.
before that, I'm just like, this sucks. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's how I feel. And then I'm just also like, I'm trying to relax, and I feel attacked. Like I'm not gonna do this. Bye,
Yeah.
everybody. I'm just like, no, you know what? I'm just gonna not. Thanks though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did I not?
This didn't come out the way I wanted it to come out.
Did I not mix this orange thick enough or something? It doesn't seem to be sticking all too well.
You might have to do 2 layers.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to.
Well,
Talking
since you're
to me
painting
or-
on, yeah, you're
so-
painting on black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna take you. So, pro tip: like, find a darker color in between what you want to do and the black, and then do that first, because it'll take less coats to get it to like an ochre, and then do a brighter yellow on top of the ochre.
A
the-
good example would be,
Like, did you watch me struggle putting white onto this black? Like, it would have been a lot smarter to do like a gray and then the white.
a good example would be this watercolor. So like if I wanted to, so I got a good gradient between this orange and this purple, but if I had just, mixed the orange with the purple, it would have turned into mud. And so I got pinks in the middle because you blend orange into pink and then pink into purple. And that seems to work really good. So like for your case, I would have, your base coat is the black. And so honestly, like a purple or a pink, like whatever is like the halfway between black and orange is what you would put in the middle
I
before
dislike
doing the
this
orange.
yellow.
So like a red would look good, a purple would look good, a pink, something warm.
Yeah.
Do this volcanic yellow.
But honestly, like with enough coats of orange, like you'll get there.
Yeah, because I plan on. I'm not gonna finish this guy tonight. No way.
You'll
Yeah.
get there.
I'm
You'll
just
get
gonna
there
keep
eventually.
working on him for the whole month.
That's the spirit. See, I'm gonna start this over. I don't like how this came out. I think it's because like my yellow is too bright. My yellow ink is too bright. But like I don't know how well you can see it. But like I'm not a
It's pretty bright.
I'm not a fan.
It's very bumblebee yellow.
Yeah, so I want more of an orange yellow, which I mean I probably
Like a
could.
gamboge.
Like I could probably mix. Let's try a thing before I give up and do something else. Let's take a little bit of, since this is the ink, let's take a little bit of rubine red and make this a little bit more of an orange ink. Boop.
Of course, I had to get this guy with
Oh.
all these
So red just
spots
totally
underneath
took that
his.
over.
Oh, I should probably play some music. I'm just painting in silence here.
I got music playing. I was gonna say, I'm like, why don't you turn something on Spotify and we'll tune in to it on Discord. I can't remember who did that last time. Somebody did that and it was like, oh, I'm just listening to music on Spotify. You can tune in. Oh, it was Lazy Panda. Yeah, I can send you a thing on Discord if I see you like listening to Spotify that I can listen to. It was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Then he kept forgetting to hit play.
Nice.
I'm like, dude, it's quiet. He goes, yeah. And then like 20 seconds later, he'd be like, oh, yeah, the music's not on. That is a really tricky spot in there.
Yeah, no, this just became even worse. That just became like a wash. Well, at least I tried.
I gotta wash this brush good. Yeah.
In the interim, how do I want to do it?
I am so stuck on that miniature painting inclusion write up. Just by playing around with things, like just trying to like see what flows. But
Yeah.
the one thing that I was gonna bring up and I mentioned, you're like,
The
oh,
what?
the miniature painting inclusion insert for the mental health kits for Unplugged
Oh yeah,
and for
yeah, yeah.
tabletop.
I owe you feedback on that still.
Oh, you're fine. I got it from a few different places. I'm gonna just revert back to what I had before. Because I
That's
was like,
probably a good idea.
yeah, it looked terrible. Like it was like, this is jarring.
Yeah, the boxes were it was just like a basic box, so it's a little jarring. Like there's definitely things you can do to make the boxing work, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there was, the colors were just too in your face. So
Yeah.
what I could have played with it more, but it was like, you know what? The icons looked better overall. So
Yeah, they're
just
simple.
stick with that. And I'm like, okay. But the one thing that you do need too is
I'm working on that graphic for you right now, actually.
Which-
The circles with the oh heck, what was it? It was like the one we talked about last time.
oh yeah.
I wrote in my book that I have to have it done by the 15th for you, so I'm working on it.
Oh, nice.
I know you don't need it until like a little bit later than that, but this ensures that I actually get it to you on time. So
Fair. Yeah, I have. The other thing is, I was gonna do a new bag design for it. That way, it stands out
Oh.
from the others. That's why I was talking to you about last night. Like doing a new bag design that kind of separates it from the main mental health kit. With
yeah, I was wondering why
like,
you weren't going to IRES for it, because IRES usually does them, right?
He does them. Class started.
Oh, so he's like way busy.
Yeah, he's swamped. So it was
Gotcha.
like, I didn't want to just throw more stuff at him, but it was like, I'm thinking, it might be a fun little project with just like a subtle difference, like just a couple like kind of blend in like semi-transparent, just kind of like tabletop like elements into it, and then for like the description on the bag, put tabletop inclusion. That way it's
Yeah.
like well marked out. I'm like, that could be fun, and that would definitely
Yes.
separate it.
Yeah, so what I need from you then is send me the bag that you're planning on redesigning, and I'll build off of that. That way it's still like the same premise, but it'll be different enough. It'd be like, oh yeah, no, it's tabletop now.
Yeah, and then you should see the freaking write-up that Mage has. That he was like, oh, if you want, you could use something like this, and it was like, holy shit, dude. It was like the most in-depth deep dive for like miniature painting, like starting out, I've ever seen.
Hey, you gotta be a nerd about something, okay? Like, we all have our thing.
It was cool. Like, it was everything,
awesome.
plus suggestions. Like, I'll send it to you if it's okay with Mage. Are you cool with that, Mage?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's free.
So I was like, you know what? We could do just a link to like this instead of like trying to repurpose it, because it's like pages of
That's
stuff, and it's
amazing.
like, wow, this is extremely well thought out, drawn out, and explained. And it was even like, let's talk about wet palettes, and he got into wet palettes, and he's like, well, you could go with this one, here's a few suggestions and where you could find them. And then also for this, there's dry palettes, there's wet palettes, there's this kind of palette. Go with what you like. Here's some pros and cons of all of them.
That's amazing.
He just provided all the information so you can make your own decisions and everything. And it was like, this is freaking awesome. But really what we were... Oh, posture check. Thanks, Anubis. What's going on, bud? Yeah, I'm like slouching over. Yeah, it's... But he did a write-up for Gamer Envy. And we got permission from Kit over there to use it, because it was like, well, let's, instead of just doctoring it and making it fit to us, for our needs, it's great as is, and it's a great breakdown for hues and values and everything for a color wheel to accompany the miniature painting insert. So it's we got permission from Kit. Kit was just like, yeah, go ahead, sure. If it's okay with him, it's okay with us.
That's amazing.
So yeah, we're gonna put that on a 5x7.
It's just a color wheel with a bunch of harmonies on it, like common
no,
harmonies.
Joe shared it with me.
Oh, all right.
I don't no because there was another one with dry brush and everything, or like the blend, like
There's something that you showed me.
yeah, that was one of them. He had another one that he did for Gamer Envy that he had incorporated like dilution like values.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that was the same one.
Yep. Yeah, it just suggested dilutions for different things you're going for.
Like if you're going for a base coat, if you're going for this, if you're going for that, like 1 part this,
it's hard
3
though,
parts
right?
that.
Because like it's hard because a lot of the stuff, like different brands have different viscosities right out of the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then it's also hard because even within the same brand, you have different viscosities out of the same bottle. So like 3 drops of water for this might not be the same 3 drops of water for that within the same paint line. Never mind a different paint line. So that's why it's like, these are suggested. Results may vary.
Mm-hmm.
But generally, this will work.
Not to mention, like, if you take into account, like, the age of your paints, too.
Yup. And then also, it's like, have you had the paint on your palette for a while? Is it a dry palette, so it's, like, kind of already drying out? Or is it a wet palette? There's so many factors that go into it. Like, hell, even the temperature will change the viscosity.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Anubis, did you do the dungeon race today? How'd that go?
But yeah, it's suggested where it's like it's a starting point, which is nice.
Nah. Oh, dude, it was crazy. It was crazy. Super proud of everybody that
my
did
hopes
it.
for doing this base is I'll be determined to paint this dragon.
I like what Bungie
nice
did for
platform to
the
go on.
dungeon race. Like, I thought that was super cool. I'm looking forward to more of
You're
those.
doing the base first?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm going over this mess that I made of the shirt.
Yeah.
Plus, doing the dragon too. It's I don't want to think that hard, you know. At least with a landscape, you know, you can kind of just like stumble around, and it's somewhat believable.
Right.
All I know is I am going to be working on this Lord of the Harvest for a very long time. I couldn't have been a space marine. I would have been halfway done by now.
It's because there's nothing to a space marine.
No, it's awesome. A mimic
like...
too. But when you guys, when Bird showed this, like when we were like signing off last time, it was like, that looks so cool. Like,
it does.
So I had to go on, and I found it on Etsy. I'm like, done. I'm like,
wait,
looking forward to this. I did buy it. It was only a couple bucks.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I order a lot of stuff off of Etsy too. Like this dragon with his base is off Etsy, and I'm actually kind of mad because it's smaller than I expected. I really want, like, I'm gonna probably get. I have the 3D file, so I'm gonna have someone print it out bigger for me. So I'll use this one as like a test to like get colors right and things like that.
Right.
because I'm writing a one shot right now.
No, I didn't go for the
And
raid or the dungeon
It's
race.
basically just
I'm
like
so
it's gonna
used to
be like
calling
a
it
high
raid
octane
races.
dragon fight where you
I
get
did
to
not go
be level
for it.
20 and use
I
all the
ended up tuning
abilities
in and
that you
watching.
never get to use.
I had other
against
stuff going
a
on today, so I couldn't really take
ferocious
part.
red
But
dragon.
I'm looking forward into doing
Are
it
you
tomorrow.
doing it like the faster,
Tomorrow night, I'll probably do it
purple
on
one
stream.
faster kill method?
I think challenge mode is still going on.
Have you
I
seen
don't
that?
know
for
yet.
tomorrow.
No, I have not
So-
seen it.
Oh, basically,
I'll give it a shot tomorrow.
you run it like a one shot.
Good old raid race, yeah, man.
And then
Yeah, thank you.
you put
It
them
should
in
be
a
fun.
situation
I
that
love
they
dungeons.
will lose. It's
I
like
have not
everybody
done a
will
raid
die by the end.
since Kingsfall.
You know, I
dropped.
haven't
'cause
put much
it's-
thought into
So
it.
when Kingsfall dropped
Just 'cause
the
it's
second time,
fun.
for
just
D2,
Go ham.
that
on
was the
everything.
last dungeon I did.
And then
so
yeah,
I'm
at
like,
the end, everybody will die.
but
or the monster
the
dies,
last
whichever
raid I
comes
did.
first.
But with
Yeah, I'm
every-
kind
with
of
doing
setting it up in a
dungeons,
sense to.
I really
like,
enjoy
I'm,
them.
I'm
You know,
doing
it's
D&D
three-person
one shots to build
teams.
like the legends
You know,
in my
it's-
world that
I can't
basing
get
my
into
comic around.
raids too often with
And
people.
so whatever happens in
So,
these D&D one shots will be.
You know, it's easier for me to go in
will
and
be the
squad up for
legends
3
that,
people than
that my main character will know.
than
It'll be like,
6.
like hundreds
So,
of years in the past, and like
I have
it'd
a
be in
better
passing,
chance
but
of
like
Right.
yeah, it'd be
getting
kind of
into
cool.
dungeons. But
Right.
I just
Yeah, that
love
would be
how they're
cool.
not too
And
long.
it takes some of the decision making out of well, what are the legends in my world? have my
Yeah,
players
I
do
haven't
it for
done
me.
any of those raids, man. Unfortunately.
We're just outsourcing it.
Exactly.
You're
At
like,
some point, I try and
I don't
just
wanna
solo
do
the
it.
dungeons.
They come
You
up
know,
with good
it'd be
character
like
ideas.
a Saturday morning and I'm drinking coffee or something, and it's like, yeah,
I
let's
ran
play
a
some
one-shot when I
D2.
was- or
And
not
I'll
a
go into
one-shot,
dungeons.
Homebrew when I was still living in Philly, and then it ended because multiple reasons. Before it ended before I moved.
But this one looked cool, so I'm
So then
and
it just
8
became
tracks, man.
the history of my new.
Dude,
Homebrew.
we're never gonna be rid of
Oh,
that,
that's
dude.
awesome.
So instead
That
of just
dude
like
will
starting
haunt
it over, it's like nope, that is just
the
now the
Destiny
history. We are
mythos
further
forever.
into the future
I swear.
than what that one was.
Yeah, that's what happened with the game I'm currently in. Like there was a group before us.
So you can't
We've
see
been
this
playing
dude all
this
too
world
well.
for,
Maybe a little bit better now.
3
'cause
years
he's
now,
got a little
but
orange
even
to him.
before that,
But this is,
there
he's
was
called the
another
Lord
group
of the
before us
Harvest.
that played, and
So he's
there
got a
was complete
sigh,
TDK.
sitting on a throne of
And
pumpkins
and that happened
other
like 100
things.
years in the past.
He's got a
in our
lantern,
game
but
time
it's
anyway.
detached, and I'll paint that separate.
Right.
So I'm gonna kind of do this guy in like
No, it wasn't a TPK.
just
It was more of
he's
a-
primed in black right now.
People didn't have
I'm gonna
time
do
and-
his robe or
Yeah.
It
his
was you know,
his duster in
all
like
the
a
typical
blue. I'll do
friends
his
not
hood in
being
like
friends
kind of like a
anymore
crimson
stuff.
red,
Oh,
and then I'll
We're kinda-
fade it all. I'll put a nice
We're in
dark
the
wash
era
on all of it,
no one
and then
can
his
actually
hat
like,
is
meet
gonna be
up
kind of
right
like
now.
dark
Like,
brown with light
we're
brown
at such a pivotal
hues.
moment of the
And
campaign
then
where like
he'll
everyone
be,
needs to
of
be
course,
there,
the sticks
and
gloves,
we
but the
can't
sickle,
all be there.
I gotta figure out what to do with the sickle. But I see some wrapping on there, so it'll
It's
be
so
like
annoying.
some tethered cloth or maybe some leather I'll put on it.
We're on the like tail end of
But I'm
a
gonna be working on this
an
guy all
ancient white
month for
dragon
Halloween.
fight, and we just got yanked into
And
hell.
I'm super
we're
bummed
about
that
to,
my
like, do
spiders
part
on the
2 of the
wall aren't
boss
really
fight,
showing
where we fight
very
the
well.
demon controlling
I'm
the
gonna have to
dragon.
Do something to
And
make those stand
we've been
out a
on this
little bit more.
cliffhanger for like 3 or 4 weeks. It's just like, oh my gosh, please, I want to play.
Right now, I'm just doing the
Yeah,
base
my
layer
new,
of
my new
everything.
homebrew campaign. We haven't. It's been started and stopped a bunch of times to where like, you know, my one friend that she normally DMs is like, you know, people are kind of like, let's get this going. I'm like,
So I get this base down.
I
and
feel like
then
I
I'm
have to
just
start
gonna
over every time
build up
because
layer
we're
after
like
layer after
5
layer. That
episodes
way,
in,
it's nice
and then
and
we go on a break for months.
smooth
because
transition,
people
but
have
you'll be
vacation
able to
and,
see.
like lives. I
It'll
guess
really build them
I
up
don't know
real
what that's
well.
about. But I'm just
Yeah.
like, all
This
right,
is,
like this time,
the
like
dragon we fought.
nice.
A
Yeah,
little.
like,
Let's see.
haven't played since June, and
What are you up to tonight?
2 people have left the game, and another person is joining the game, and I'm like,
Oh no.
okay, this is fine.
Yeah, I'm in the process of this one. This is the last time we fought a dragon, and we were barely successful.
That's what I
Barely.
mean by like, that's what I mean by like me having trouble. Oh, that's rad.
Yeah. We have a wild magic sorcerer. It's actually Cody, who was here last time. And his wild magic, he cast a spell and his wild magic went off, and he has crazy surges that don't that aren't in the book. They're all homebrew, and
Yes.
one of the surges had the ancient black dragon grow an extra head, which gave him an extra bite attack. That sucked.
Well, yeah. And don't forget the extra breath attack.
Yep. Yeah, no, that really sucked.
Down bid,
I died
woke up
for
randomly.
it.
Yeah, I hear you,
And,
man. That hits me
I
from
would-
time to time.
If it's got two heads,
I've been
I would also
sleeping
maybe
really
give an
rotten
extra
lately
bump to
this
perception.
week. I was just
Like
talking
if
to my
it was
wife
like
about it.
originally like
100%.
plus
Oh,
2
yeah.
to
Just
perception,
waking up at like
maybe now
2:30
it's
in the
like plus
morning.
4 because it's got
and-
2 heads.
Dude, I'm the
Yeah,
type
no,
of person.
that
It sounds like
fight
we're
was
kind of similar.
crazy.
Like you wake up,
And it's funny
like, middle
too
of the night,
because later
and
on,
that's
because
it.
like we fought that
you're
dragon
up
over a
for
year
a
ago,
solid
and so like
hour
more recently,
before
within
you
like the
can
last
even
month or
think
two,
about going back
another
to sleep.
surge
Like your
went
mind
off,
will just turn
and
on, and
you know, the
it-
DM rolls
that's
for it, and he looks over at Cody. He's like,
So,
"Okay, well, what's
it takes
what's
me a while.
Basim's,
So this morning
like,
I was up
what
at
is Basim
3:30
most
and I
afraid
just
of?
got
What's
up.
the scariest thing Basim has seen?"
I had some coffee and
And
everything.
it's got to be that
'cause
black dragon,
by
Feldemir. And
3:40
so
I knew I wasn't
Feldemir's
going
soul
back to
got
sleep.
bound to his sword.
Yesterday I was up
And
at
so
2:30.
now Feldemir just like
but I was able by
he's
like
just stuck with us.
3 to go back to sleep around
I mean,
3.
It's great.
That sounds awesome.
You know,
he
for a
can't
couple
do
more
anything.
hours.
He
But, yeah,
he constantly goes
It's
on
rough,
rants about
but
how he wants to
get
kill
some
us
rest,
and end
man.
us all, but he can't actually do anything. It's
gotta
great.
kick off the weekend with some
Aw,
energy.
sweet honey baby. You can want all you want,
Yeah.
but the reality is, it's not gonna happen. But
Yeah, dude, no, what's really trippy is in the
really
ethereal
tricky
plane you
spot.
can see him like bound to the sword and shit. And so like during a fight when you kill something with that sword, you literally in the ethereal plane he comes out of the sword and like just devours the sword. Like I was in the ethereal plane one time and I saw them like, oh my god, that's fucking scary, dude.
that's funny.
Yeah, no. I miss D&D. I want to play. But I probably won't get to play for another 2 weeks.
Boo.
Wow, 2 weeks?
Yeah, because no one can be here.
No, fair.
Yeah, 2 people are out this week. And then... Wait, hang on. Let me look at my days here.
Yeah, pull up the calendar.
Yeah, so... Yeah, no, 2 people are out this week, and then the DM's out the next week. So yeah, the 26th and the 2nd are the earliest we can probably play.
Oh, you know what I saw today? Completely off topic. Apologies.
What's
A
up?
crow.
No. They actually have Halo miniatures now for painting.
Oh no shit, like actually like licensed?
Yep.
Or...
Yep. Licensed Halo miniatures.
I need to get some of these. Where can you find them?
I saw a Polygon article talking about them. They had pictures of some done ones and where you could get them, and I did not. I ended up getting distracted. Actually, more like that was the distraction, and I got snapped back into reality. But I will pull it up here in a minute. I just want to kind of get a base on this dude's stick arm, which is really a pain in the keister.
You know, speaking of Halo, I found out that 343 has an actual like Halo museum in their headquarters.
That's cool.
One of my friends, Kimber, has a stained glass like fan art piece in there, which is kind of cool. They have like a fan art section, but it's like an
Nice.
actual like full blown museum of like Halo, like everything Halo, like every collector's thing, and then like all like exclusive like Bungie things. Like it's crazy. Like I really want to go, but I think it's only like invite only.
I mean, it's been around for a while.
Yeah, I grew up on Halo. I love it so much.
I really did. You watch the I'm sure you did. The show that was on Paramount.
Oh fuck no! I've heard so many bad things about that. No way.
Really?
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Really? Okay. Did you play
I thought it
Halo
was-
though?
Huh?
Did you like Have you played Halo though?
I mean, not the way you've probably played Halo.
That's okay. I'll probably like check it out, but
I thought it
I
was really fun, but also I'm that dude that like I can pretty well separate like, oh, this isn't the other thing. You know what I mean? Like this is
yeah.
inspired by. This isn't one to one,
Yeah,
video game Master Chief.
I don't think I could watch it because I am the super fan who has not only played all the games on the hardest difficulty and achievement hunted the heck out of all the games, but I also read all the books too. And yeah.
Ah.
Okay.
Well,
They're
aren't
so
we?
good.
Well, aren't we fancy?
So this is it, right?
I have no life.
I put it in the. Actually, I'll put it in
Oh, I
this,
see it.
this chat too.
Now I see it.
So it's on pre-order right now,
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
and so it's a board game, a Halo board game called Flashpoint, and essentially it shows that the models are already painted, but they come unpainted. So you decide how you want your Spartans to look and everything. And I didn't read the whole article, but should look pretty cool.
Oh, this is cool.
I don't know. I enjoyed the show. I'm sad it ended.
I
really
kind of, I'm one of those, I'm not like a complete, like, completely faithful to, like, the source material. Like, I understand you have to change things to a degree because there's going to be no surprise, suspense, or anything for people if you just
Right.
follow the lore 100%. So,
Right.
I understand that you have to change it, but several points of how they did it, I did not agree with. Just they went way out there, and it's like, wait, no, like taking the helmet off, okay, I can kind of forgive that. Like, I understand, like this is the show, not and it's pre reach. So it's like, okay.
Oh,
so,
well, yeah, that makes sense.
Like, I understand, like, you gotta, but there were a lot of points that kind of got to me a little bit, and it's like
Like what?
just how they were
I'm being
delivering the
genuine.
lore.
I'm being genuine here,
Like-
because like I've only watched the show.
Like how
I
they
haven't-
delivered the lore and everything, in the show versus in the game. Like if you followed several points of the lore with the Forerunners and everything like that, they made their own kind of direction on it, and it wasn't exactly close. Hey, Hyper Chai. I liked what they did with the characters, but I did not understand the relationship between the new character that they introduced with being kind of, not kidnapped, but taken from the Covenant. That was pretty much, they were using her as like a seer to get to the Halo, essentially. And I
Right.
did not understand the bond between her and Master Chief. Like, I did not feel like they did a very good job at drawing that out. Like, I did not feel like there was closure for it. Like,
Right.
every time they looked at each other, they were like starstruck. Like, oh, why? Why are we getting all googly eyed at each other? Like, what relationship did you two have prior to this?
I feel like they just didn't get to it. Like to me, it seemed like they were gonna build up to like these two were like siblings or some shit.
And I did not like how they made the Spartans that killable. Like, I understand at Reach, you lost all of the Spartans except for like one, which was Master
No.
Chief.
No.
What do you mean?
So not only the Master Chief wasn't the only survivor. You also had blue team, you had Kurt, you had red team. There was easily like 20 Spartans. just under 20 that survived Reach,
Oh,
and they came
damn.
back to them in Halo First Strike, which is the book right after the flood,
I didn't read the
which
book.
is
She just took you
yeah.
to school.
Well, I never
She
read the
said,
book. I'm
"Schools
going
in."
Yeah,
purely
no, no,
off
no.
of just like
No, I
game.
know.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
reference.
They do eventually die. Like they don't survive Reach for long.
Oh,
But
there's a silver lining. No, but it just in the show they had these big dude like they should not have been that easy to take down.
no, I agree.
And how they kind of like they were taking they took his armor hostage. It's like, dude, once a Spartan goes in that armor, they ain't coming out. Like these guys were getting out and putting on Adidas jumpsuits and running around. It's like, no, that doesn't work like that. Like these guys are in that armor. Like it does not come back off. And I just it just did not hit right with me. And I don't think that they really did justice to the Covenant. Like, how many are. I know there was more than one Arbiter, but I didn't like how they didn't explain him well. So people that don't know Halo were tuning into it going, who's this guy in the gray? Like, why is he?
Right.
And he was just a zealot for finding the Halo. And that was it. Like, okay, but that's not what. In the game, they explain the Arbiter a lot better. Like, they're a heretic,
They do.
essentially. Like, they're, this is like.
They're
your
trying to
punishment.
redeem themselves
Yeah.
after fucking up.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. And I just did not really. I didn't like those points. But as far as, like. I don't look at something that, like a show or a movie that comes out, it doesn't have to be super faithful to the source material. What
Yeah.
ultimately, if I'm entertained, you did a good job. Like
Right.
that's all I ask for. Just make it entertaining. And
Right.
I feel that it kind of had a lot of holes in it. And the senator that pretty much just sacrificed Reach, it's like, no, this isn't. None of this happened like this. Like, if you're doing Reach that fast into the show, you need to at least do it right. Like,
Yeah.
because otherwise,
It's also well documented too. There's a
Very
whole
well.
book, and then also a game that doesn't go in. The game goes into like a narrow part of the Fall of Reach. It's well, yeah. Long story short, it's very well documented, and you have to do it right.
so it kind of killed me in like those points. The ooh and on of like the Halo like just got me. I really wanted him to get to the flood. Like I really wanted to see the flood.
Have
Like
you guys
more than you did.
Have you seen? I'm not sure how up to date with like the Halo news you are, but there's a fan making a Halo horror game based off of the flood. It has like if you played a Halo ODST, it feels like Halo ODST, but it's like a jump scare horror kind of game. Where
Really?
it's like a flood containment kind of game. It's still in
sounds
development, but it looks so cool, dude.
I
Do
have
they
not
have
seen.
permission to do that? Like,
As long as they're not selling it, like I think they're fine.
gotcha.
Like as long as it's just like free to everybody, I think you're good.
Yeah, it's not like Games Workshop where they'll just as soon as they catch wind they shut it down.
Yup.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I was like on Reddit earlier, and the guy's like, "Can I print miniatures?" And somebody's instant response was, "Just don't tell Games Workshop."
Yep,
Literally.
you will get a very nasty gram. Oh man, there's still pieces. Yo, Nate, thank you so much
Hello,
for the
that guy.
sub. What's going on, buddy? I need clippers because I did not realize that there were still a few pieces in there. I didn't do my due diligence.
Diligence.
I paid $5 for this. I expect it to be perfect. No.
Wow. Resin's fragile.
It's actually pretty fragile.
Resin is, man. It's fragile.
Like, I'm kind of like nervous taking these little points out just for the fact that I know it's going to make the leg a lot more unstable.
You can always pin it later.
Yeah. Just laying in bed with a sick kiddo. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. 'Tis the season. Everyone's getting sick right now.
I mean, technically, I'm quote unquote sick according to my work because I totally called out sick so I could watch the dungeon race.
All right,
Wow. And
we'll
you just
cut.
admitted it online.
We'll
for
cut
everybody
that.
to hear.
Yeah, it's okay.
Somebody clip that. No.
Fuck them.
Fuck.
Wow.
No, I got out kind of late today, so I tuned in on mobile, and I was watching a couple people, and then when I got home, I turned it on, like full blast. Ooh, that sigh. I'm gonna leave that little support right there, actually.
I had to leave work a little bit early because I had to go to the DMV.
I don't envy that.
No, and then I ended up waiting an hour
Cuddles have
because
been pretty
apparently when I
epic.
got
Cool.
there, the person that I needed to deal with, apparently they only have like one or two people, and they both went on lunch at the same time.
Oh, that sounds about right.
So then I'm like, cool. So now I get to sit here while they go have lunch.
It's like, so
Which-
how long are they on lunch for? Oh, they'll be back at 1:30.
No, it was be back at 1, and I'm like, it is like 12:15.
Oof.
But I'm like, why did they both go at the same time? You know what I mean?
Lunch buddies.
Which is fun and all, but
Yeah, no. When it's a like an establishment like that, like the DMV, if there's two people that essentially the only two people you can talk to for whatever issue, both of them should not be leaving at the same time. Just for
Right.
that situation right there, where somebody comes in, you at least have the second person that can help you.
right.
So-
Because then what ended up happening was I was the second car in line to basically get a visual inspection done. And then by the time they came back from lunch, there was like 7 cars in the line. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of people. I'm like, well, you weren't here.
What do you mean a visual inspection? You guys have to go to the DMV for inspections?
So like I had to get for some of the paperwork for my truck. I had to go get they called it VIN verification. So basically, they just had to inspect the truck just to basically be like, "Yep, this is the correct truck that you're doing the loan for." And I'm like, "Mm-hmm, no kidding." It's a little goofy, but it's whatever. I think it's because like I went from a lease to a loan. I'm buying out my truck, and I think that's kind of the reason why.
Oh, gotcha.
And I'm doing it all like online. I'm not doing it through a dealer. And I think it's one of those things, if it was through a dealer, like they would just be able to do it. But I didn't feel like dealing with a dealer. Because then they would have been like, no, trade us in. We'll give you this and buy the brand new Tacoma. Because reasons. And I'm going to be like, no thanks. Well, why not? And it's like, because I don't want to. I just
What
didn't
kind
feel like
of Tacoma do you have?
I have a 2021 Tacoma TRD off-road.
Oh, okay, I have a 2013.
Nice. I had a 2015 before this one. I only ditched that one because I was moving cross country and it didn't have. I was a. It was the 4-cylinder, and
Oh,
I was afraid it wouldn't make it.
Really? It's Tacoma, man.
gotcha.
That thing,
And
those things are bulletproof.
Toyotas
Yeah,
are really good up here. Like they're like the best cars to like start in the cold.
yeah, but like, I had a 6x12 trailer,
Oh,
easily overloaded, and I was
Oh,
driving cross country with it, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably not the smartest idea to do that with a 4-cylinder that doesn't have the factory tow package.
yeah, that's
So I
fair.
was like, I'm gonna upgrade.
yeah, you would have destroyed that thing.
Yeah.
If you're going a couple hours,
Yeah,
I'd
no.
say you'd be fine. But
Hmm.
cross country,
Oh, yeah, no,
no.
I drove 10 to like 12 hours a day for 5 days straight.
At that point, you might as well just become a rig driver. Bet
Eh,
you felt like it though.
I mean, when I was going through the Rockies, I was definitely behind all the rigs because I'm like, because it didn't. I went through the Rockies with that trailer, and it. Don't do that unless you have a trailer with trailer brakes. That's all I'm gonna say. It was very sketchy doing it without trailer brakes.
I can imagine.
Yeah, no kidding.
Let me put this
I'm like,
motor down. What does that
no.
look like?
Yeah, 6x12 apparently is the biggest you can get before brakes are like mandated.
Yeah, I got a 2017 Chevy Colorado and a 2008 Chevy Colorado.
How do you like them?
I love them. I absolutely love it because, to be honest, if you look at the reviews and everything, they're like bulletproof. Like there is, after you got past the first generation, there is very little that goes wrong with them. And what does go wrong with them is very basic and easy to fix. Like literally, there are no major issues with them. Their powertrains are freaking rock solid. Their suspension's great. Like I said, like it impressed me when I got the 2017, and then I think my dad was, yeah, it was my father. It's like, oh, did you see? You know, they have a, you know, this guy's selling one down by like Poughkeepsie, you know, down by the city, you know, for a couple grand, you know, 2008, and I'm like, you know what? It's got a cap on it and this and that. I'm like, I really felt bad because I was running my truck as an everyday driver, and I really wanted to not run it so much, like just going back and forth to work and stuff. So I was looking for just something to drive just to work and back. Like, or if I'm going to like a convention that I don't have to like take the tonneau cover off or anything, I can just, you know, use the cap. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to buy it. And I ended up buying it. And dude, the thing, guy did all the maintenance on it. Like, it was an older guy who he used to put electric motors in the back. Like, that was his business. Like, he sold electric motors, and he would just use that to transport them. And that was it, really. And it was just a work truck, but he kept it, you know, well maintenance with his, you know, regular work fleet and everything. And it was like,
Right.
okay, you know what? I'm sold. So I ended up buying it, and dude, the thing's awesome. I love it. It's got a little rust on it because it's a New York truck, but
Right.
it at least allows me to not put so many miles on the other one. But I did
Right.
just, if I'm going like out of town, like a ways, I'll take the 2017. Right now, I don't have any room in my driveway, so I park it at my parents' house, and my dad uses it to go to the dump with. He throws 2 garbage cans in the back and a recycling bin, and he goes to the dump like once a month because he refuses to pay for garbage pickup.
That's what my dad does. He lives in South Carolina, and same thing. He's like, I'm not paying them to do this.
Oh, dude, they want to charge him like $200 every like 3 months or something like that,
That's
Yeah.
just for garbage
crazy.
pickup. And he's like, "Why?" He goes, "It's just me and your mother. We have like, literally, we don't even have a can every week." And I'm like,
Right.
"You make a good, valid point. And if you go to the dump, it costs $5.
Right.
So
Wait, it actually costs you money to go to the dump?
yeah, welcome to New York.
What?
Welcome to New
Well,
York.
because then once they take it, they got to ship it to New Jersey.
Actually, no, it's the landfills right there. Like, you pull into the landfill. Jersey
Yeah,
sends
New Jersey.
theirs up here.
Yeah, ours is
Really?
free too. Like
Because
we,
New York City's trash goes to like Newark.
No, it goes farther up.
Does it?
Yeah. Like, we have, like, the New York City reservoir, like, the drinking water for New York City is 25 minutes from my house. Like they drink from the reservoirs up here. Like, they have, you know, the pipe, you can see the pipelines and everything, but they truck all of the garbage up. They go all the way almost to Buffalo with the garbage. So they actually have like a rotating schedule of the garbage coming out of New York City that they will actually truck up here and drop it off at various different landfills. So they rotate it. It's pretty wild, but
crazy.
it's a lot of garbage from New York, and
and, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the city.
New York City and upstate New York are very different places.
Yep. And we don't raise their taxes on them. They're the reason why our taxes are so high. I'm only complaining because
says that all the time.
my
He's
taxes
like-
just went up.
My dad says that all the time about the city in upstate New York because he grew up in Oswego.
Oh yeah,
Is it-
I know where that
It's
is.
not New York.
That's not far from here. That's not far. You know, I'm putting this blue down. This is a Vallejo. Oh shit! I'm very clumsy tonight. It's Nite blue, and it's like a really
the
dark blue.
game-
But I'm putting
From
it.
Game Color,
Yeah,
it's what, number 72.019?
if you know that by fucking heart, I swear to God.
Please tell
Am I
me you were
right?
looking over.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. God damn, that's scary. Really, Chai's garbage is free too. You guys are killing me here. But I put
I mean, I live in Alaska though, so it makes sense.
right. Hyper lives out. I believe it's Massachusetts. Jesus.
Yeah, Massachusetts.
But I
Where in Mass? I love other Mass holes. Oh, Connecticut? The Red Sox side or the Yankees side? Because there's a difference. There is.
I'm putting this Nite blue down over this black prime, and it's coming out like purple-ish.
Oh yeah.
I did not realize it was going to do that.
Don't ask me that.
Why?
Sounds like a split household.
Oh God,
Yeah,
don't
no
ask me.
preference.
Yeah.
It is split
Be
though. It's,
neutral.
it's funny.
You know, I'm kind of liking how this coat's going to come out because I'm going to build on top of this purplish Nite blue with other blues. And I think it's
Oh
going to
yeah, it's
come
gonna
out
look sweet.
pretty sharp. I don't know what to do those buckles though. I might do those black or like maybe make them like a rust. I don't know. I don't know what to do for his pants.
Burlap.
Burlap?
Yeah, scarecrows are always dressed in like old burlap.
Well, I know what I'm going to do is cowl a different color.
You know what you should do?
What?
Holy crap! Paint them like. Sorry, I got a really.
No,
good
I'm
idea.
excited
I got
now.
Real excited. Paint him like a demented scarecrow from Wizard of Oz.
I can't visualize that. A demented scarecrow from Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna
You know,
have to...
if I only had a brain. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Oh yeah, well I get the reference, but I can't visualize what that color would look like. Like,
I don't remember. I know he had plaid. That's all I remember.
is that a part of his shirt or no? That's a part of the cowboy. Is it?
But yeah, no, I've been using the Vallejo game color line for a long time, and I weirdly remember the numbers, not the names.
Oh yeah, no, I'm the same way with Copic markers. I could tell you like the number code of each Copic marker probably.
It's just, yeah.
You use them
It's
so
my-
much, it's just natural.
Right.
Well, that it's like, especially if it's colors you use all the time, because you see the bottle
Exactly.
all the time. I don't use night blue all the time, but I use the colors next to it. I always grab night blue first. God damn it, not you. I also keep all my paints in numerical order because I'm psycho like that.
Well, it makes it
Oh,
easy
see,
to find.
I have mine like in like a rainbow order.
Nice.
I have
Just
mine
visualize.
just shoved in there.
Psychopath.
Yeah. Well, I got
There's a that's what she said in there somewhere, but
I got the
Yeah.
I got the rack from Gamer Envy, and I have another rack, and I already filled it up. And then, of course, Mage is showing me pictures of the PVC home jobby that he built, and it's like, I could try and make that. Well, what he didn't tell me is when you buy a 10-foot length of PVC pipe, and you're only cutting it down to like 2-inch sections, you're filling 5-gallon buckets full of these chunks. My wife thought I was
tell you
insane.
that. I showed you a picture of my 5-gallon bucket full.
You did, but it didn't click. You know what I mean?
Well, okay,
That
but
sounds
you
like a
can't-
you problem.
Well,
you
now
can't
it's-
blame me for your brain.
Now it just means that I can make more and send them to friends.
There you go.
Because I told Lazy Panda, I'm like, hey, do you have... I asked him where he was streaming and he was in the voice chat in his server just randomly like a Monday morning. And I got talking with him. I'm like, hey, do you have anything to hold your paints with? He goes, yeah, I got like this, drawer or thing that I use. I'm like, I'm going to make you something and send it to you. Why? Because I have 3 5-gallon buckets of these things. So I'm just going to start pumping them out.
I have the Alex drawers full of from IKEA. I have paints in too, and then I modeled and 3D printed little racks that go in the drawer, kind of like you ever like a tool chest rack for like
Yeah.
sockets. It's or like wrenches. It's like something. It's like that, but for all the bottles of paint.
Oh, that's cool.
And I have one drawer that is all Turbo Dork, one drawer that is all AK 3rd Gen. I have one drawer that's like my washes and specialty stuff and my airbrush stuff.
See, I really want to get into airbrush.
Do it!
I have the airbrush. I just need the compressor. That's all I need.
Harbor Freight.
That's
Yep.
right. We had this conversation, didn't we?
Yep.
Harbor Freight. They got you.
I got to get the rooms for... Actually, that's what I got to do this weekend. I got to book the rooms for PAX Unplugged.
Dude, get on that soon because a lot of stuff is already getting sold out.
Oh, I don't stay downtown. I stay
Yeah, I
up by
had
the airport.
to get on Twin Cities because I booked my room for Twin Cities in like end of September, and the con's at beginning of November, and it was already like starting to like jack up in price and shit. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm staying like really close to the convention center in Minneapolis, so like it makes sense. But also,
I'm staying up by the airport. It's, to be honest, from the convention where PAX Unplugged is, I found it to be a lot easier and just more relaxed, like just better overall to stay up by the airport.
Oh yeah, you were mentioning this last time.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
just
because there's nothing by the airport.
you go
and
by the
downtown's
stadium.
Insane.
Yes, the downtown you're like, you're fighting crowds. It's extremely expensive. You're walking because you're not going to pay $45 to park the vehicle freaking everywhere, to try and find a parking space and just fight through everything. Nope, just stay right up by the airport. You park right out back where the employees park for the convention center, and the parking's like dirt cheap back there, and it's literally one turn and you get on the highway right from there. It's like 2 blocks away, and then you take a left and boom, you're at the hotel. And then when you come back, it's just you get on the highway and boom, it's one turn and you're back at the parking lot for the convention. And everything is like where we eat and go around downtown. It's right outside the convention area, like within like 3 or 4 blocks. So it's like there's no point to really go down there. And last time I got a hotel, I got a hotel for Matt and me and Amanda. The rooms were like $350, $400 a night downtown, and it was a shoebox.
Holy shit. Yeah, you were saying this. That's crazy. That's criminal.
Like you're in this. I mean, granted, the food was pretty good in the hotel restaurant. It wasn't bad, but the room literally. I mean, it was. You walked in, you had a nightstand, and then a slide barn door for the bathroom within 1.5 feet of the bed. Like it was small and tight.
Sounds about right.
And it's like, you know what? If I'm going to spend that kind of money, I'm expecting a larger, at least room to move, maybe a chair for God's sakes. So if you stay up by the airport, you're paying like $100 a night, if not less, and it's a massive room, and it's just more comfortable. Plus, I think I convinced a couple other people to stay up there, so we're just going to carpool. But yeah, I don't know if Matt's going or not, or if you're going. So I just was thinking I'll just book a second room that way, if somebody's coming in.
I looked at prices, and if I hadn't just bought a PC, I would totally go.
No worries.
Choices
but it,
were made.
It was within my price range before the PC. It's just yeah.
No worries. What was it?
So
it
you
was.
need to be able to make
you don't love
content.
us that much.
No, you do need to make content. I was telling Matt about. I got an email from one of our friends from another kind of org or company, and he was like, "Oh, just got, panel got accepted for PAX Unplugged, and it's gonna be on tabletop inclusion and accessibility, and it's gonna be him from Board Game Anonymous, Derek from Nomnivore Games, Joe Talask from Guardians Mental Health, and Josh from VGC USA." And I was like, "Okay, go back to the Joe from Guardians Mental Health. What? Can you elaborate on that? Because I don't remember this conversation." "Oh, I thought it'd be a great conversation to have you on."
It's like, but ask, man.
I don't do panels. I hide from panels. I will hide in a room or behind a booth. I would rather be behind the booth than at a panel. So I told Matt about it. Matt's like, "Do you want me to come down and do the panel?"
Dude, I got asked to do a panel at Twin Cities Comic Con. Like, that's like the first time I got asked to do it. I don't know what the fuck I do a panel about though. It's kind of cool that they reached out, but also like, fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. Like, I'm gonna turn them down.
No, you should do it. If you've never done one.
No, I don't have anyone to watch my booth. I'm doing this one solo
okay.
because it's my first time going.
Yeah, luckily Jean-Luc for HalCon.
Oh yeah.
His panels are Friday and Saturday. He got the schedule in.
Oh, good.
And it's like, dude, you have no idea how lucky that is, because literally I wake up Sunday morning and I fly out, and we don't have another person to help out in the booth. So if he had a panel on Sunday, he would have been screwed. And I'm like, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to leave the booth with nobody in it. So, you know, if that panel is on Sunday, you're going to have to call them, email them, or whatever, and try and get it moved around, or just forfeit it, because there's no way we're going to leave the booth empty. You know,
Yeah, no kidding.
Why?
dude, that's just very unprofessional. Like, you're not
No, I
you're
know.
not going to leave merchandise and, you know, kits and everything, and if people walking by, like, it's not an information desk. Like, you're not going to go there and look for directions to the bathroom. So it's like, you know, gotta at least man it, you know, have somebody there.
I mean, I can watch it if you want. I'll be there.
No,
As
this
long
is
as it's
at
not during
HalCon up in Nova
Oh.
Scotia.
I want to go to Canada. I
Yeah,
want some poutine.
and you know what? I'm getting poutine. I am getting
It's
poutine
so
up there.
good. People here don't even know what poutine is. I'm like, ugh.
The poutine I've gotten down here is not very good comparatively.
No, it's not.
Like, the gravy, man. It's the gravy and the curds.
Well, it's also, I mean, we sacrifice. We don't have that, but we have really good Mexican food.
See, I'm in upstate New York. We don't have very good Distal Place. What's up? Actually, that was the person I was hoping to get in contact with here soon, because I did agree to do one panel at Unplugged, and that was to talking about veterans and video games, or gaming, veterans and gaming. That is a conversation that I can go on forever. That is a topic that I can talk about. You never submitted
Have
it.
you seen?
I'm saving it. Go ahead and save it, and whenever you do it, let me know, because that one I can talk at length. And it was really cool because this past weekend I was down in Maryland, and
Oh yeah.
went over to the VFW over there, and there was the commander was there, as well as several other commanders from other posts, and also state officials, and had a nice meeting with them. So we helped over 50 new members of the VFW in the Maryland area with getting fantastic resources through our veteran-focused mental health kits, as well as help support people who were in having ideations after, you know, transitioning to civilian, you know, because they're right near a base, a major base,
Right.
and people, what? Did you say wait?
No, I said right.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm listening and just agreeing.
Oh, I thought you were like, wait. I thought you had a question.
Nope.
But I had a nice meeting with them. We're going to provide veteran-focused mental health kits to all the VFWs that are down there within that area. Also, it has been already approved by the state for funding to help support Guardians Mental Health and our veteran-focused programs and our mental health kits. And they wrote actually a check right there to help support it, and wanted to meet me. They knew I was in town from my father-in-law, and asked if I could, you know, swing over. And so they all, you know, happened to be around. So I swung over and was very surprised to see everybody there. I was like, oh my God. Was not expecting that. I was wearing blue jeans and a very dirty shirt, and we were riding bikes. So it was like, I guess I fit in, but also did not have a nice shirt or anything like that. I was not prepared for that conversation. But it was,
Hey,
it was
you know,
good.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the? But speaking of veterans and gaming, have you ever seen on? I know he puts up stuff on like TikTok and Instagram. It's this older gentleman who apparently was like a sniper in like Korea or something like that.
He
And he
games.
just plays Call of
Yeah,
Duty
yeah.
all the
I've
time.
seen this.
And he just snipes the shit out of people. And he won't even get on the thing, be like, hey, I see you. If you stand up, I'm gonna shoot you. and then they stand up and he just laughs in their face, and I'm like, this is hilarious. And then the one clip I saw, he was like explaining why you have to like account for wind and all this other stuff, and he dialed it in just right, and he was like, plink.
Yeah, I think
like,
it was
from across
Battlefield
the
he
board.
plays. Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I was
think-
just
yeah, I think it's
laughing.
Battlefield.
I think it's called
so hard.
Grandpa Gaming.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's a cool
It's
dude.
just so funny. And it's like amusing for me to watch him just because he's getting like such joy out of it.
Oh yeah, he absolutely, he does get a lot of joy out of it, and I love that like excited like laugh that he gets when he hits a shot.
Yes.
Dude, he's sniping
Yes.
people literally across the freaking world. Like
Right.
there is somebody way up in a tower. He'll get him. And he'll just
Yeah.
and he'll just start laughing.
It's so great.
But he talks about a lot of different topics while he's live. It's pretty wild. And want to build a good team of consistent panelists to do different content. See. Oh yeah,
I haven't
sounds great, man.
seen that gentleman live, but I just every once in a while his clips come up in my feed, and I'm just like, yep, gonna watch it because I know it's gonna be hilarious.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Distal. Yeah, let me know what I can help out with. Always down, man. Actually, are you gonna be at Unplugged this year, or are you gonna be up at East?
Ooh, do you need help for East? 'Cause I think I
Always.
can make that one happen.
Always. That one's very busy. I think Hyper
remember.
Chai might help out. She was great this year. Empress Jody was spectacular this year. But Hyper Chai, dude, she saved our butts several times this year. So it was really, really, really grateful for that. I don't know what that is. I think that's a belt. No, that's burlap. Okay.
It's whatever you want it to be, man.
It's called creative expression, Joe.
Yeah. It's your little world.
Well,
Paint whatever you want.
it's the crazy thing is, you put this black, there's so much detail on them, and I tried to go super light on it, like on the primer, just so I didn't lose any detail. But there's just so much
You gotta get
detail.
Proper primer, my man.
You got to get proper primer. Which primer are you talking about? Give me a suggestion, and I'll order it on Amazon right now.
Not rattle can.
Not
Well,
rattle
not
can?
Not like Home Depot rattle can.
No, it's not Home Depot.
Oh, it's not. What are you using?
Well, I have gray army painter,
Ooh.
and I also have Chaos Black Citadel,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
which
fine.
my wife, Melissa, has taken the can to paint a plant holder black. She took the can, and it's in the basement right now. She's like, it's the perfect, it's because it's not glossy, it's just primer. So she's like,
Right.
it's perfect. It's exactly what I'm looking for.
That's awesome.
So it's like, okay, I can't argue with it. It's like,
No, I thought you were using like Krylon or something.
no.
I was like, my
no,
man.
we don't go that low.
A lot of people do though, man. It's why I'm for PAX for my classes. I am priming my own miniatures because they go heavy on like the Krylon, and I'm like, it's ridiculous. Like it's bad enough that they give you WizKids miniatures to teach people on.
True.
There's nothing wrong with those,
then-
is there?
The monsters are great. The PCs and the PC NPC models are trash.
Yeah, no, like the dragon I picked up was kind of cool, but everything
Mon-
else kind of looked kind of meh.
And I say that because they're not really great to paint. And, like, I feel like they have like somehow too much detail, but then also not enough detail.
There's nothing there that stands out to like capture you and keep you interested.
Right. Like there's like a lot of detail in like clumped together. Like it'll be like a belt with all these little packs on it, and then like a knife, and like this crazy like fluffy shirt or something, and then it'll just be like a plain ass cape. And I'm like, instead of doing all that crap on the belt, what if you did like a filigree on the cape, had the detail moved? And it's just that's not how they do it. And I'm just, and then when you use like the Krylon, they go real heavy, and then you obscure a lot of that detail,
Mm-hmm.
which then makes it even harder for somebody to learn on.
Yeah.
So I am printing. It's actually going to be. I printed one because I want to paint one up to use for like ad stuff. It's going to be this guy.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, cool. See what?
It's going to be this. It's going to be this guy, and I'm priming him, and I'm going to prime them all gray.
See, what I was trying to do with the tabletop inclusion kit was to find affordable miniatures that we can throw one in there, so somebody would have a miniature to start with. But that's so difficult. Like, I got one in, like, just trying to buy bulk miniatures, like gray. Even if I have to just prime them myself before I throw them in,
Right.
I don't think it'll work.
Yeah, you're gonna need your own 3D printer.
Yeah, and I'm not going to print off 200, of those, because that would be a lot.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah, even with my printer, it would take ages.
yeah, like
You could ask. You could ask Eldridge Foundry.
yeah,
I know Matan. I know the owner, and I know Matan is like really big on helping with mental health stuff. And it's all 3D printed, so it wouldn't cost them a whole lot. So he might be down to just be like, "Here, I'll order you 200 of something, and then just put it all in there."
yeah, like even it's the most basic like miniature, like it's nothing crazy. It's just to help somebody get
Well-
into the hobby, to like have something to start off with,
Yeah.
but also like utilizing it in positive ways for like self-care and stuff like that. So I want people to have something to start off with,
Right.
which makes sense in my
I
mind,
get
but
Yeah. No, I get you.
we'll see what happens. But
just
yeah,
saying,
no,
you
you can
can
talk to
look
them. I think they have something they do something with take this. I'm not 100% on that.
Oh,
No, they don't.
They don't?
Nope.
I thought they did at
Hero
one point.
Forge does, I think.
No, it's not Heroes Forge, because we were talking. We did something with them, and then they switched. They changed something, like their staff and everything changed up. Okay.
But no,
I have a
Eldridge does not do anything with Take This, as much as I've loved them to. I worked for them for a long time. I actually just stopped working for them like a month ago. Yeah, there was nothing with them,
think-
at least that I know of. I probably would have heard it because I did all their graphics.
Oh yeah, you probably would have.
mm-hmm.
It's also not a big company.
You learn a lot as a graphic designer.
Well, yeah, you
mean,
kind
'cause
of
you-
have to a little bit, right?
Yeah, you gotta know all the tea because you're making the stuff.
You were involved in all the drama, but also not.
Oh no, I was.
At least
Because
with
again,
my
not a big company.
situation, yeah. I get to know all the happenings at the university, but I'm
you're
invisible.
like, you're like, but do I need to? And I know I'm off camera right now. I need to stabilize my hands differently. Do some fine detailing. So apologies.
No, you're fine. I'm just trying to figure out what.
Oh, girl,
what my
I know
next
I'm
step
fine.
is. Oh, girl, you stop it, you sassy thing. Yeah, no, I gotta figure out something. Find just like 200 of the most basic miniatures to just add. Like, very easy, something easy to paint. Nothing very intricate, just something very basic to just introduce somebody. I don't think we'll be able to add paint into it because it's just going to be, out of 200, I'd expect at least 20 or 40 to burst. And even if you have them encased in like plastic, like inside of plastic, it's still going to be a mess. So that's
what you might want to do though for paint is
Have an
find
info card.
Well, not just that, but I was saying like maybe talk with some of the brands that are going to be at Unplugged and see about doing like a coupon code for them or whatever. As like, here's a starting kit. Like I know Monument sells their stuff directly online. Army Painter sells their stuff directly online. Turbo Dork sells their stuff directly online.
Yeah, I'd love to. I definitely 100% plan on talking to companies while I'm down there for that, because I would love to develop the tabletop inclusion kit a lot more, because it started because at Unplugged we had people very interested in it, but it didn't quite fit because a lot of our stuff is focused on video games.
Right.
So it's like there are video game elements in our kits, and it's like we don't want people to feel excluded, especially when we're at events for tabletop. And there is so many beautiful ways that you can utilize tabletop gaming and hobbies for self-care and for your own mental health and well-being. And it really brings that gaming to another level with blending the two, and it really is a great opportunity to try and provide something to somebody where they're going to be like, oh, it's a mental health kit. Oh, I was very curious about miniature painting. How can it be utilized for mental health? Here's a color wheel. Here's some basics with that. Chris from Board Game Anonymous is doing a write-up for therapeutic uses in D&D, and a few other things on how to utilize actual board games in therapeutic ways and to boost social, interactions and stuff. So
I was even reading an article where there are therapists using D&D to help with like little kids explain things. Like they'll basically be like, well, just explain it, have your character explain it, and then they'll as a way to get the kid to talk.
Yes, that is very true,
And I'm like,
and
that's awesome.
It is definitely
That's
being
really
utilized
cool.
more. Like Dr. Goku, he is certified geek therapist. He hasn't done it. I don't think too much, but he is certified. And I know Matt is as well. He's just got to take the test. That's it.
Right.
So it's pretty much.
How do you get geek certified in that?
It's a continued education program. So one, you got to be in the field.
Right.
And two, you take special courses by other therapists who are also geek therapists.
Gotcha.
And
No, because my therapist was asking about it one day, and I'm like, I don't know, dude.
I can send you all the information.
That'd be great. Because I keep telling her, like, how... Well, like, I've talked about this before. Like, part of our check-ins is, like, if I'm feeling low or whatever, she's like, have you painted? Like, have you played D&D? Like, she knows that how well it works for me. And she was asking me the one day about other things. And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. That's easy. It's actually one of our partner orgs that actually host it and do the certifications.
Is it Geek Therapeutics?
Yep.
Nice.
I believe there's a coupon code.
Ooh.
Yeah, who doesn't like a good old-fashioned coupon?
I need coupons.
It's a promo code, not a coupon code. But I'm old, so I call it a coupon code.
I'm pretty sure I was one of those people like, how come there no, why no game, why no tabletop, why no paint at Unplugged last year?
What do you mean no
I'm pretty
paint?
sure I was, for like the kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You were one of the
pretty sure I
people
was
that
one of
brought it
those
up, like, well, why isn't there any, like, inclusion on this? And it's like, that is a tremendous question. And you know what? And started thinking about it, developing it, and it's like, okay. And when I got into the actual hobby, it's like I found it very therapeutic myself. So it kind of, won me over on that. It's like, this has to be shared with the world. I like how
Once
that
you got
coat
hooked
came
on
out.
it.
I got hooked. Big time hooked.
Well,
I
tell
need
your
a
wallet.
lighter.
It's been nice knowing you.
Ha! Yeah, my wallet said that a long time ago, brother.
If you get to the point where you're like, hey, here's a mini that we want to do, like if you want to do like Steward, for example.
Yeah.
I have 3D printer, so I could run off a bunch if you wanted.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
no, we could join forces too if you need a bunch of them, because I also have one.
I have a Saturn 3 12K.
Okay,
So
I have a Anycubic Mono 4K.
Nice.
So it's just a teeny little resin printer.
Yeah, I had a smaller one, and then I was like, I want to go bigger because I wanted to print bigger things and not have to key them.
I may reach out to you at some point because one of the things that I want to do for next GCX, well, Cody wants to be more involved with GCX next year, and I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck can you do? And he paints miniatures, and so what I'm gonna do is I have all the game files, and so I'm gonna learn how to use Blender just enough to be able to pose raid bosses.
Nice.
And then export them as STL and then print them out so that he can paint them and sell one of one, like, terrain pieces, I guess, or dioramas, like that. Like, Bungie would have an issue if we, just mass produced raid bosses, but if we, hand paint them and do like custom terrain and make them one of one, then I think we're in the clear.
Yeah, I
I
would.
think
I
they would
think
also
so.
only be mad if you sold them.
Well, we would sell like one of ones. Like we would put like
Oh, I see.
like tens of hours into each one.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
Ah, I almost dropped
I
my
bet
brush.
they'd sell. I have not heard anything about GCX next year yet.
Me neither.
And
I know I'm doing it.
if they have it.
Doing it.
I know they're probably going to. It's just when and yeah, I don't know. The community sentiment, like people want to go to a GCX like event to hang out. So,
Yeah.
like I know that will happen. It's just whether it's GCX or not. I don't know.
We will find out. Tune in next week.
Probably like December, honestly.
That's a reference that like no one will get, Joe.
What? Sure they
Tune
will.
in next week. You think?
There's enough people that watch retro stuff, they'll get it.
No, I got it. I just ignored it.
I ignored it. I love you so much. Bird. Bird.
Hi, little chicken. Here, hang on. Let me switch my camera. The little chicken came to say hi.
He said, I just ignored it.
Yo, you just picked him up out of thin air.
He was on the back of my chair.
What's up, mama?
You dude.
What's up, mama?
This is all he wants. He just wants attention. He wants me to pet him and rub his comb and his waddles. This is all he wants. What's up, dude? is it.
Just chilling,
What am I
mama.
up to? What am I doing? What's this?
That's,
Oh, don't peck it. I'm painting this. This is what I'm giving attention instead of you.
Yeah. I should tell you the truth. We've been watching that Agatha all along.
how is that?
I like it, and so does my daughter and my wife. So we're all kind of into it right now.
I haven't started it yet.
It's pretty good. I like it.
I mean, it seems good. Plus, it's what's her name there? Who's always funny.
Yes, she makes the show. She really does. She's a perfect character. You'll notice when you start, if you do start watching it, you know how people, when they have like capes and stuff like that, they have that flourish? Like they always
yeah.
like wave it. Dude, she does it nonstop. Like all the freaking
Amazing.
time. And it's like, it's pretty entertaining to watch. It's like, every time she does it, you're like, oh. It's like, we have to go. Poof. There's the flourish. It's like, oh boy.
I mean, I would too if I had a cape. I was actually just like half joking with my friends. I'm like, can we try to bring like, instead of like bringing like bell bottoms and crap back, can we bring like cloaks back? Because I want to walk around.
Cloaks
with a
are
cloak.
fucking cool.
Right, but like, it's not in style. I'm like, but
Like I
can
got
you-
myself a long coat and I stick out like a sore thumb.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's make it cool again. Like, let's, instead of, you know, bell bottoms that didn't work the first go around, never mind the second, now the third. Like,
Bell bottoms are back.
that's what I'm saying. I'd rather see cloaks come back, is what I'm saying. I know the bell bottoms are back. Like, Janko jeans are apparently coming back. too.
That I hope never comes back.
Nah, dude, they're still around. They're still a company, and apparently they're trying to come back. I'm like, no, go away.
The age of parachute pants has come and gone.
Yeah.
Like, just let it go. Just because Limp Bizkit came back doesn't mean those come back.
Did they come back?
Oh, hell yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And I was a big Limp Bizkit fan. I
Like,
saw them at
new
Woodstock.
Album come back?
I don't know if they got an album.
I know Eminem came back. And like,
Look at him. He's being so involved.
Yeah, he is.
What am I doing, dude? Gonna peck this? Yep.
Is that him helping?
Yep. He's supervising.
I dig it. But yeah, we'll probably need help at East this year. In 2025. We will
Yeah,
probably...
it's in May, right?
Yeah, and Anime Boston is in May too, I think a week after. And we...
Need help with that
Yep.
one?
That one, I believe Hyper Chai is going to help us, but we have... Let me pull up the email.
Do I just need to bunk with you for a week so I can hit PAX East and then also Anime Boston?
Yeah, you can.
I'm not gonna fly back to Alaska.
No, that would be insanity.
not?
Dude, that's like 9 hours. Oh, I'm on the wrong camera still.
Who is
Little man
this?
ditched me.
What email is this? Hi, Lauren Joseph. Oh, that's later this month. I'm also doing a virtual convention, virtual summit
Oh, cool.
for it's for mental health and gaming with parents and kids and stuff.
nice.
I just have to finish picking like the time slot and everything. It should be really interesting. That's one upstate. That's Anime Boston right here. All right, so we have the quiet room Friday, 11 to 7, Saturday 11 to 7, and then Sunday 11 to 3. The room is outfitted with the same tables and rectangle tables for us. We have an optional 60-minute panel, so we can do a panel at Anime Boston if we'd like to. They would like 250 kits as well. We get 8 badges, and then the rest, and then also 2 hotel rooms with, that'll accommodate 4 people in each room. So we get 2.
What you're saying is I should put it on my calendar.
Probably. And then also $75 per person in gift cards to local restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually give us something for food for everybody, which I'm not gonna lie, I never, like, I might use one card. I believe Hyper went home with like the majority of them because I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, it's always a good time. It's a lot of fun, and I love having the opportunity to do the quiet rooms. Love it. So I'm actually still fingers crossed. I believe they're working out the budgets and everything for MegaCon.
Yeah.
So if MegaCon goes through, then that's gonna be a big one.
I'm really excited for that one.
Yeah. Hyper was great at the quiet room too. She was fantastic. Unfortunately, it kept going like if you guys want to go out and stretch your legs, go right ahead. Oh sure, we'll be back. They'd leave. 30 minutes later, the room we would hit like max occupancy. It's like, hey, think I could get you or maybe like one other person to come back to help with this, please? I'm on my way. I am gonna have.
Are you doing quiet room at Unplugged?
No. Nope. This year they are doing a self-managed one.
Oh, that's gonna go well.
Yeah. Yep. We had beginnings of having both the psych labs space, which was going to be neurodivergent focused on the show floor, and also our friends at Geek Therapeutics and Omnivore and us. It was going to be kind of like a joint effort to do the quiet room and like sensory space. Right. And they decided to just do a self-managed space, and it's like, okay, well, that's that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, to somebody.
There's like more politics, I think, involved than just like, oh yeah, no, we're just gonna do this.
Yeah, I believe I know.
Yeah.
What the deal is, but
I think so too. But it's annoying.
When
do you think Psych Labs will
yes,
get off the ground? Like Fanic or MegaCon in Florida is when you're gonna do it?
No, we're trying to do it at PAX because that's a very close to the target audience and everything that we're aiming for.
Mm-hmm.
But
just gotta wait for things to cool down for like a year or two before you can even attempt it.
Might actually go forward with Informa, who does fan expos.
That's it.
So it's actually accessible to every. I feel like self-managed can be tricky. Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they pull that off.
You want to just sit outside and take bets on fights?
No, it's not gonna be fights, but it's gonna be very limited what will be available in that space.
Right.
So yeah, I'm kind of worried to an extent, but also if that's what they want to go with, that's their prerogative.
Right.
You know, that's their
I was
ultimate
just gonna
decision.
say,
yeah, they'll see what
not,
works and what doesn't.
Yep.
It's kind of not your place to worry.
Yep.
As much as that sucks.
Yep. but it's going to be one of those things where I feel that we'll probably check in the area just to see, like, make sure everything's okay.
Stroll by and be like, so
I was in the
is this
neighborhood.
blown up yet?
Yeah. Actually, to tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie. The quiet room at Unplugged is like effing hidden.
Yeah.
It's not.
I've never seen it.
It's
I've been there for.
Yeah, it's hidden. I went looking for it one time. I couldn't find it, and then I found it last year, and it is a ways from the actual show floor. And I understand being like a ways away from the
you're
show
not wrong,
floor,
Hyper.
but having it that far away, like, it's a trek. I went to look for Barb from the Center of Suicide Awareness because we always meet up at the shows at some point and have a conversation. I couldn't effing find her. And she was by that room, and it's like, I have no idea where that is. Like, I've been walking for 10 minutes, and I've been downstairs, I've been upstairs, I've been downstairs, I've been upstairs. The people that I asked, like staff members, they didn't even know where the hell. So it's like, if
It sounds like the people at GCX.
yeah, except way worse because at GCX you have no excuse to not know where everything is because it was like literally you have a 1 in 3 chance of getting it right. It's either in this building, that building, or that building. Not really anything in between. So they it was ugly. But she ended up coming to the floor and found me because I had to get back to the booth because the booth was opening.
Right. Yeah, I hate that stuff's hidden. Like, I always try to find the gamer room so I can get like my ally thing.
Yep.
And they're always hard to find as well. And I'm like, why? Why are you always made to be so hard to find? And it's just, I don't understand.
And I've seen some shows when you get your pass and everything, they have them right there for the allies and everything and the pronouns.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
why? I understand making it a destination, but if that's what you want to do for the attendees, have it available at the entrance. That way, when they get their passes and they come in, they're ready to go. They don't have to go searching for anything. It's bing, bang, boom. You have your ally clip and everything. You're ready to go in.
Right.
I feel like I'm not doing the blade right.
What do you mean?
Well, I got a hardened Carpathian, hardened carapace, which is kind of like a very dark, like stone. But there's ridges and teeth on this thing, so it looks almost like a jawbone, not a blade. So I feel like I'm kind of doing it wrong.
It's also really hard to start from like dark and going to light.
Yeah.
Like I would put like a lighter color down first before going for the color you really want.
Very good idea. Suggestion.
Didn't I say that earlier?
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Words are hard. This has got to be mixed a little bit more. I think I'll add some. Go back to the orange a little bit. Ooh, that brush is loaded. At East, it's easy to pass by. It really is. At least at East, that intersection is kind of like not far from the entrance. So if you're
No, I need to make sure people know that, they're safe around me. You don't have to worry.
Yeah, and that's cool. I don't want to get this too thick on his face because I don't want to lose any of the pumpkin details.
Thin your paints.
Yeah, it's pretty thin. That's one thing I got to work on. I gotta thin paint. Get better at thinning paint and just doing layers.
That's what I'm doing.
And it kind of is kind of difficult for me because I have the line swatches. You know what I mean? Like the bristle marks on it, and it kind of kills me a little bit. But I know with layers, it's gonna go away. It's gonna thin it out and everything. It's gonna get smoother.
Yeah.
But it's still.
You can also create a glaze and glaze over it to help smooth it out.
Yeah. Actually, I gotta find out if Benny is gonna help out the booth at PAX Unplugged or not. I haven't heard from him.
If you need help at the booth, I can help. I'm going to be just wandering around.
Oh, I thought you were working a booth.
Nope. Nope. I have my classes on... I have one class on Friday night and another class on Saturday night? Something like that. And then other than that, I'm just wandering. I might help Kit at the Game Envy booth just because it's usually just him and one other person. And it's like, do you guys need to go get like lunch?
Yeah, and that's a huge help right there, having somebody that can, you know, sub in so you can go get food or a bathroom break.
Yeah.
And that's usually what we need the most, is just so you're not leaving one person by themselves. And the last 2 years in the row, 2 or 3 years, 2 years we've ended up with corner booths. So
Nice.
It is
Corner
nice.
booths are choice.
Oh, they are. But when you get there and it's like, you did not bring a table with you, and now you gotta rent a table.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's kind of. Like,
And then they wait. It's honestly cheaper to just go to like Home Depot and buy one and then give it away at the end of the con.
Yeah, that's what a lot of my friends who fly up to conventions up here do. They just go to Lowe's and then they return the tables after they're done with them.
Yeah, return them or give them away, whatever. Because at Unplugged, at least, they're charging probably, I don't know how much they charge for
$95 for a 6 foot.
I was gonna say it's probably like $100 or something stupid.
And
It's still cheaper than fucking GCX. Like,
yeah,
holy
GCX
fuck,
gets a premium, and I don't understand that.
that's criminal.
It is. It's ridiculous. I know at up at Halcon, we're not on a corner. We're actually in an aisle halfway up. So
You're in denial?
Yes.
About what?
We're actually not on a corner.
Oh.
It's like, oh. But to be fair, nobody really books or like does the logistics for the conventions for us but me. But Jean-Luc booked that one. And I was waiting for like the second half of the invoice to come in, and I asked him, he goes, nope, that's it. And it's like, okay, you said this is the largest fan expo like in like Canada, right? He goes, yeah, it is. It's like, so maybe American dollars is just worth more. No, he got a 6x6 booth, not a 10x10. And it's like, oh, you got a small booth. I go, now here's the issue. It wasn't a 6x6. It's I believe an 8-foot booth. I think it's a 8-foot booth. Yeah, I believe so. Because I brought up, I'm like, just so you know, the banner you have that he has is a 10x10. So that ain't gonna fit at all. Like, you're gonna be 2 feet into your neighbor's booth, and I don't think they're gonna be cool with that. I'm like, maybe see if we can get a 10x10. But I do have a 7.5x10 banner. But I said, here's the thing: I now have to check this on a plane that's going to be changing flights. Because I'm not going to be able to, like, put it on the plane with me. So now we have a dilemma. So
Yeah.
I can either try and mail it to him to Canada, or I can try and fly with it. One of the two.
Fly with it. It's way cheaper.
But I'm going to need it back. Because we need it for the quiet room. We put it outside the door at the quiet room.
Can ship it back.
Yeah, just get a mailing tube.
No, it actually is in a big bag. It's a pop-up banner.
Oh.
He's the one who signed you guys up for the
Gotcha.
convention. He can be responsible. He can actually like send you the banner back.
Dude, you know how expensive it is to mail shit to Canada?
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Hyper Chai, I'm staying with family at PAX U, so not sure how much free time I'll have, but if you need me for a break or whatnot, let me know. Are you serious? You're going to be down in Philly just randomly? Just sporadically during PAX Unplugged?
Sure.
This is a ploy.
That doesn't sound fishy at
Yeah.
all.
This is a setup. Chai's going to be there the whole time.
I'm just gonna happen to be in town when there's
Yeah,
a big
our family was
convention.
a train ride away from Philly. Just ironically at the same time. So if you need
Short
anything...
train ride from Philly to where? Like outside of Philly, or like,
Well, yeah, I'd imagine it's outside of Philly.
or into Jersey?
You know, I paid $5. I missed an exit and had to pay $5 to get back. They live
Yeah.
in media.
Oh, I know media. I know media. I used to date a girl that lived in media.
I watch media all the time.
Media is
Yeah,
the name
okay.
of a town south of Philadelphia.
Yeah, I
It's a very, at least it used to be, a richer town.
A what town?
Like richer, like
Oh. De Niro.
people with money live there.
Gotcha.
I can't afford things that live there. Kind of deal. Which bit are you laughing at? The fact that like I know it, or the fact that I'm calling it rich, or the fact that I dated a girl that lived there?
Or the fact that I say I consume media all the time.
Yeah, there's a
He
there's a
was,
few
he
things.
was laughing at his own stupid joke.
Hey. You're laughing at it now, so it hit.
Oh, consuming media. Yeah. Silly Joe. Silly
I
Joe.
am silly. I am silly.
But yeah, no, I'll be there. So if you need like a
Okay.
lunch break or something, just like you have my number, just be like,
Yeah.
yo, come over here. And I'll be like, okay,
Okay.
what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Say no?
Yeah, because you'll be busy doing other stuff.
Oh, I won't. What other stuff? I've
Helping Kit.
nothing.
I'm
going
very
on.
excited to meet Kit in person, though.
Kit is such a sweet dude. Here's how sweet this man is. Okay, he heard through grapevine that that my dog died, and then texted me out of the blue, being like, "Hey, I'm really sorry. I was out shopping with the kids, and I found something that I got it for you because it made me think of you." And it was legitimately, I had a French bulldog, and it was like this little, like, very cool, colorful French bulldog, like, puzzle thing. That was like one of those like art type puzzles
Yeah.
that you just put together, then like hang up. No reason, just because he wanted to. And I'm like,
That's very
Okay.
sweet.
yeah, he's
Nice
just
of him.
he's a gem of a person. Like, he's one of the few people, if like somebody like decided to like badmouth him or like start a fight, I would then finish it for him so he didn't have to deal with it. Like, he's just, yeah.
That reminds me, Bird, I have the collection of a care package already started to mail you. I've just
Oh
been
no.
slowly. Well, I gotta give you one because I didn't bring one down to Florida.
I didn't
So,
bring that much down to Florida.
oh, you brought enough. And I use that beard oil all the time. It's my
I
favorite.
did link it in the ambassador Discord last time we
It's
painted.
so good. I love it.
Yeah, it was. I was torn between beard oil and beard balm, and I'm like, oil's easier to do, so I'll get them that.
Yep. And I
See, I
appreciate
prefer
that.
I prefer balm
I
because
go ahead and tell me why you prefer it because I'm kind of curious.
well, in my experience with oils, it just made my whole face feel oily, and I hated that.
Use too much.
Maybe.
I like the this beard oil. I usually don't like beard oil. I like this beard oil. It is.
What makes that one special for you?
It is. You know how you just described. You don't like all the like how it gets like on your face, like your skin under your beard.
Yeah.
This one doesn't. It's very clean feeling. It stays right on your fur. I'm gonna call it fur. Stays right on your fur. It doesn't really like. It's not overly greasy. Like I'm running my fingers through my beard right now. I have it in, and it's not greasy at all. Like it's
Nice.
very smooth. It softens the beard nice, and it helps with the hold. Like it's really nice. Like I'm shocked because this is literally the first beard product. I usually don't use beard product. I don't even use beard wash anymore. I'm a girl dad, so I have so access to so many different conditioners and different kinds of shampoos. I just use some of my girls' shampoos and conditioners.
Right.
It's usually like the ones that are like all like hypoallergenic, have like no paragrins or whatever, like phosphates, no this, no this and that,
No,
just good stuff.
no peregrine falcons.
Sure, yeah, peregrine griefs, none of that stuff. And so I use that to wash my beard. And dude, now every time I'm like trying to look nice, or if I'm going on stream or something, or like on the weekends when we're going out somewhere, I put that in. I just like just about that much, just a little bit, because I want to make it last. And I brush it in, and dude, it holds the beard nice and soft. It's got a nice smell. It's not overpowering. Sometimes when I put the beard butter in, the sandalwood smells and stuff like that
Yeah.
are too potent. So
I would usually just try to find like unscented for that very reason.
yeah, like it gets too potent, and I don't like it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna plug that thing.
I'm glad you like it. Let me know when you need more.
I love it.
I'll send more. Or you can get your own. Whatever you want to do.
I
It
absolutely
gives
love it.
me more things to possibly send you if you don't want me to send you more.
Send it all. Send it all. No. Sorry, Dingo. I didn't mean to scare you, bud. But yeah, I adore it. I think it's fantastic. But still, nonetheless, I have to. I started picking up in New York State stuff to send to Bird, like specific products that are made locally and stuff like that, because she's got Alaska, so she's got all the cool stuff. Us in upstate New York, we have like goat milk products, and that's about it.
Oh, we got that too.
Shut up! You weren't supposed to say that. No. Yeah, we have tons of goat milk stuff, but now we're going to a lot of the. Actually, tomorrow I have you in mind. We're going to pick out pumpkins tomorrow. Ironically, so I will be looking through the like stores that they have, like the farmers markets and everything, for more stuff to
Oh,
add.
heck yeah.
Yeah, then I found a couple cool things so far. that I
Yeah, no,
have thrown in. I even got a
I'm
beard
waiting until
product.
the holiday bazaars because I'm doing like 4 or 5 holiday bazaars this season, and so when I take breaks from my booth, I'll walk around and be like, okay, what can I send Joe?
Yep. And unfortunately, we
Hey,
do have coffee, but nothing as good as like what yours is.
Or to
Joe,
beat Raven's Brew.
Yeah.
do you have a treat soda where you are?
No.
Okay.
What's a treat soda?
Oh, just like one of the best things to come out of Lehigh Valley.
Oh, I bet
It's
I could
a
go just down into PA a little bit and
it,
find it.
it's a local it's a local soda brand.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I will. Actually,
If you
we're
find it,
going
just do
down.
yourself a favor and get yourself like the red cream soda and just enjoy life.
I'm not gonna lie, I've had it. I know it. They serve it at Kernoble's. I got
At
the red cream.
Chernobyl?
Kernoble's with a
What's
K.
that?
It's a amusement park in the Lehigh Valley region, just south of
Oh.
Scranton, New York, or Scranton, PA. It's a family-owned amusement park. It's actually rated one of the top 3 amusement parks in the United States. It is free to get in, and it is free parking,
Nice.
and it is family-owned, not a big
Nice.
corporation or anything. And it's you only pay for the rides, and you can get a bracelet to just ride the rides all day if you want.
Oh, so it's real old school where it's like I'm just gonna ride this and then that's it.
Yeah, like if you want to get like just like 20 tickets, you can
Yeah.
get 20 tickets and just ride. I mean, they have 6 roller coaster. Like, it's not like a waste of time or anything. It's an actual really nice
Right.
park, and they have really good amusement park food too, which is very surprising because usually it's all trash. But they do a good job, and it's super clean too.
But
Which,
that's how like Coney Island is, where it's like you can just buy a ticket for what you want to ride.
yeah, Coney Island I feel is very dated though too.
It is, but it's like it's dated in like a fun way. You know what I mean?
Like a nostalgic way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
can
know,
see that.
like the Cyclone is like one of the oldest roller coasters still standing in the country.
Yeah, the Comet is that is the oldest wooden roller coaster in the United States, and that is up in the Adirondacks or no, that's Lake George, Great Adventure. And the funny thing is, they built it, and it's in the back of the park. You have to walk through the water park section to get to this roller coaster, and there's all sorts of plaques and stuff like this, dude. That was sketchy, but no one died. So,
Oh, that's good.
like, you could see the age on this thing. Even my oldest daughter was
Yeah.
like, "Are we seriously gonna ride this thing?" I'm like, "Yes, we are." And that's why I have life insurance. Um, yep. So just don't worry, hon. I got life insurance on you too. Um, we'll be fine. Or mom and your sister will be fine. We'll have fun.
Somebody will be fine.
Yeah. And I'm the guy that you go in on a roller coaster with me, and I'm like, something's not right. Like, something. My buckle's not all the way, like, clicked. Like, something.
Yeah, you pulled this shit at Universal.
Yeah.
When we went on
Yeah.
that one that no one wanted to go on. You're like, is this down all the way? As we start moving. I'm just like, oh.
Shut up, Joe. Shut up. I do it all the time. And you know what?
I love
I
roller coasters.
blame my father because he used to do that to us. Dude, I do that to my daughter and her friends. And one of her friends, like, my oldest is used to it at this point. Like, I have to be pretty convincing for her to, like, fall for it anymore. But her friends, oh, man. I get them every time. And they get off, and they're, Melissa will be right there, and she'll be like, "How was it?" "It was fine. But before, when we started going up, Joe was doing this and that, and it freaked me out."
Amazing.
And it's
know-
like, gotta stop
It's a little
doing that.
ironic considering you run a mental health thing that you're just torturing little kids and causing trauma.
Well, you know what? This is the fun side of things, because we're all allowed to, let loose
Oh,
and
no,
this
I
and
know.
that. I can turn that off and, be the, the dad, where,
Yeah.
there's practical jokes like, dude, you have no idea what my father used to do to us for like practical jokes. Like he would have the dog lick the plate and then he would randomly put it in the cabinet and know which one it was and know who got that plate at the next dinner or whatever and watch you eat off it and then after dinner make a comment like, oh, how was the dinner? Oh yeah, the dog licked off that. Ah, he was terrible with that stuff.
Wow.
And he would always warn you in advance, and because he would say something along the lines of, wow, this plate is so clean you could put it back in the cabinet. He would. The dog licked it clean so well you could put it back in the cabinet. And then he would, and he'd put it like 5 down, 4 or 5 down, and he would know which one it was because he would do something like to the plate so he knew which one it was
Right.
to make sure he didn't get the plate. But we ended up getting him back on that, and he never did it again. But as far as the roller coaster thing, yeah, dude, I will do that until the day I die, because that's a part of the thrill of it, because
Yeah.
roller coasters and stuff
That's-
like that are inherently kind of like scary and intimidating. So
Right.
pumping it up a little bit more makes it a little bit more thrilling and memorable, because then the girls, my daughter's friends, even to this day will talk about that as like one of the high points. Like, oh, it was a great trip, but Joe was talking about this and that, had me freaked out. Oh my god. Well, how was it? Oh, it was great. It was a fun time. I wouldn't change anything. It's like, yeah, okay. I'm not doing it to be malicious.
No, I know. I really liked I had to ride the Cyclone though, and it was. Tell you what, that was one of the freakier roller coasters I was on, because it was just it's old and wooden, and like you feel.
Oh
that,
yeah,
right?
man. Those are the ones you get bruises and you have to take an Advil after. Like,
Yeah, and like it would take these and you're like squeezing these little boxes. Like I don't know how people like I don't know, maybe they I don't know how they fit into these carts, because I'm just like, this is a wee little cart, man.
yeah, those old school
And
ones.
yeah, and it would take such violent turns that it was just like unfair.
Yeah.
It was awesome though.
Yeah.
I also had to make it a point to ride it because I was like, this is the one Captain America rode.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
Because they reference it in the first Avenger.
Well, now you.
What do y'all think?
Now you
What
got
do y'all
it.
think of my girly?
Oh, dude. Super clean. What is the skin tone?
Huh? Oh, it's a big shirt. It's just a big yellow shirt.
It's like golden.
It's these colors. Ochre, volcanic orange, or volcanic yellow. Sorry, volcanic orange is a Mini Cooper color. And then this is deep yellow and then a pastel yellow. And then I did some Turbo Dork on the visor. Multi-pass and bee's knees.
I'm still layering pumpkins. And I'm getting
That's
a little
fine.
messy with it.
That's also fine.
I got this brush cleaner that I am not impressed with. Where is it?
What'd you get? Are you talking about like a brush soap or like?
This stuff.
Hold on, my Twitch feed keeps cutting.
Oh no, it's on the Zoom.
Vegan brush soap? Huh. You don't like it?
Does not feel like it cleans very well. So tomorrow when I'm out, I'm gonna buy the one brush cleaner, the tan one. I can't think of the name of it, but you know,
Monsters?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one I see a lot of people use, and
Isn't that the one that we told you to get last time?
it is, but it was like I did not go over to Michael's, and I was at the other shop. I'm like, while I'm here, do you have any brush cleaning, stuff? Oh yeah. This is the one I use.
I'm sure it's not.
How is it compared to
it's
this
not-
other one? Oh, it's great. Oh, all right.
I'm sure it's not bad.
Maybe I'm not doing it right for brush cleaning.
How are you cleaning your
What
brush?
are you not doing right?
Cleaning my brushes with this stuff I got. I didn't get the one that like you and Mage suggested. I got this one, which is acrylics, oils, watercolors will fall
That
off.
should still work.
It doesn't
Yeah,
work
like
all too well.
Well, how are you doing it though? What's your brush process?
I'm getting the
Walk me
brush
through it.
wet, and I'm putting a little bit of water on inside this. So I'm putting a little bit of water inside, and I'm kind of building up a little bit of a lather first, and then I'm putting the brush in and working it around, and then I'm getting a lather on the brush, and I'm letting it sit on the brush for a minute or two,
Yeah.
and then I'm rinsing it off and slowly working the tip out, and then I let it dry.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
But it's not helping with like
Is it hot water or cold water? 'Cause it should be
Hot.
like
Hot works
hot,
better.
warm water.
Yeah, maybe I was working with like lukewarm or cold water. I must have been.
There's a chicken.
There is a
Can I
chicken.
fly up here? You might fly up here. Hang on. He sees that I have a snack. Gonna come up here?
Is that a granola bar or a
Oh, fruit grain bar. Yeah.
Nutrigrain?
Come on. Come up here. Come up here.
Should I get an empty bottle and put just water in it for diluting? Paint, like in a wet palette.
Like a little dropper.
I mean, you can if you want.
Or is
For
the...
like thinning paint, you mean?
Yeah, to thin it a bit.
You can. I just take from my wash cup.
Yeah, I just use
Oh.
my brush and load it with water.
Oh.
But when it comes to the wet palette, I have one of these guys. Like you see at like tattoo shops and whatnot.
Yep. Okay.
The straw, because then like right now, like you can see it's getting all wrinkly. I'm out. I can just like I can just stick it in like the corner and whee,
Gotcha.
pump water through it.
There's a pumpkin.
But like if I needed a drop, I could use this, or but otherwise I just take from the water.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I am very messy with this orange.
Do I dare try to push the gray higher?
Where?
Like on the jeans or like on the pants and the helmet and stuff. I kind of don't want to though.
I mean, you can. It's completely up to you.
I don't believe it. All right.
Where is it?
I'm gonna call
That's
her
a
if it's done.
screenshot. Let me look.
How's your dragon coming?
The base is going great. I have not touched the dragon. I don't want to. Come on, fly up here. You're usually up here by now. Come on.
Joe, I think your one camera went out.
Yeah, it definitely did. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Hi. Okay. Cowhound. Yeesh.
Looking
All over your
for
beak.
the...
The crumbs are all over me.
I'm quite happy with this.
Yeah, I'm happy with the progress I made.
Same. Same.
I'm kind of gearing into art mode. I really want to finish that 8-tracks I started.
It's looking good.
Have you seen the movie Boy Kills World?
No.
Oh,
Yes.
it's fun.
With Skarsgård?
Yes,
Skarsgård.
that's who she's based on.
Oh,
The
really?
sister. Yeah, remember the sister was all
Mm-hmm.
with the dual axes.
That's pretty rad.
I made her up on Eldritch Foundry, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome! I want to use her for an NPC in my game."
That's awesome.
I'm looking for the bag
I don't have
design.
anything else for you.
You're looking for what?
The bag design to send to Bird for like a tabletop inclusion.
What do you need from me for that?
Just the printable
Okay, you're being loud.
thing for the color wheel and
Oh,
hues and everything.
yeah, which that's already a double-sided 5x7
Perfect.
with 1/8-inch bleed, so I can just send you a press
Yeah.
PDF.
Where is it? You know, Joe hides this stuff. And I know why. One time, Dr. Goku got into the folders and changed the main files,
Oh no.
and I thought Joe's head was going to explode. And I completely
Are
understood.
you speaking in the third person, or is this
No.
a different Joe?
Iris.
Irez, there's our lead design, our design lead. He works on a lot of our stuff, and the majority. And we're working on something specific, and just on a whim, Dr. Goku went in, and he did not have the files locked, and he went in there and changed everything. And since he changed it on a remote PC, he wasn't able to restore any of it. He was
See,
pissed.
that's why I do everything local and then I put it up on servers,
Exactly.
because I don't trust other people. And I'm talking about other people, like even in the ad agency I work at. Like, I don't trust them.
I think this
Like,
is
nope.
a business card. It says Green Creative Business Card. Why is that? That's not the right file.
Somebody is blaring
Outside?
some like music. Yeah, it's like mariachi music.
Oh, I thought for whatever reason, like the routing on my GoXLR fucked up and you could somehow hear my music, but then you said mariachi. I'm like, nope, that's not me. Okay, good.
No, like outside, like somebody outside is blaring like mariachi stuff. It's not really a complaint. It's more just like, oh, it's not late. Why do I feel like it's so late?
I mean, it is getting darker earlier, or at least up here.
Yeah, no, it is here too.
Like, we were used to the midnight sun, and now it's almost 7:30, and it's starting to get a little dark.
Were either of you guys able to see the aurora?
Oh yeah.
I figured you, but were you, Joe, able to see the aurora?
Yes, it was like purple. Purple and
Nice.
green. It was pretty intense down here, which is kind of scary
Oh.
because for it to reach down here, we got to have some serious magnetic freaking pull.
Oh yeah, it was one hell of a solar storm.
Yeah. on the bucket list is to go to Iceland and see it in person, like up there.
Like Iceland specifically?
Yeah, because Iceland's awesome, but then also they have the aurora. I mean, Alaska would work too. But
I really want to go to Iceland too, though. Like, it just sounds awesome.
yeah, I mean, like I want to go to Iceland, so it's like, it's just like another excuse to go to Iceland. Oh, now people are singing to it, and they're definitely not on key.
I asked Joe, I'm like,
Yeah,
do
just
you
put
have
in
the
the-
file for the main mental health kit bag design? I want to make a copy of it. He goes, yes, absolutely. Next line. Do I know where it is? Sort of. Next line. Is it already on the Google Drive? Maybe.
Nice. Yeah, there's definitely a bunch of like drunk girls singing the Hispanic songs now.
Love it. Love it.
I doubt. Yeah.
Okay, I am kind of over working on minis. I want to paint, like paint.
Do it. Oh yeah, it's a hell of a vibe. And I'm also willing to bet that they're like, and I don't mean this in any way, shape, or form mean, but I'm also willing to bet it's a bunch of white girls. Just a bunch of like, oh my god, this is gonna be so fun, guys! And now they're all just like half drunk.
No, you're probably 100% right.
They're all wooing, so yeah.
Yeah,
They're like, woo! I'm like,
All right.
yeah, no, that's a bunch of
I had to go
that's
steal
a bunch
two
of
cookies from
honkies.
Melissa.
I gotta make breakfast burritos tomorrow, because Cody's running a one shot in the absence of D&D. And I promised I would make my dad's famous breakfast burritos. They're called the caboose burritos, and they're like $10, and they could feed you for a whole day. They were like literally a pound.
Wow.
It sounds like you're not trying hard enough.
They could feed me for a day, and I'm tiny.
Also, it confirmed it is a bunch of white girls. Because it's my neighbor's house. It's the one, I know the house and I know the people who live in that house. It is a bunch of like white woo girls
Nice.
attempting to sing Hispanic songs.
Yeah. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is I don't have my dad's fireproof fingers. And so, he would coat the tortilla with cheese, and he would literally just like, put cheese in the frying pan and then like go like this into the frying pan and like with his bare hand on the tortilla and like swirling it around.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I can't do that.
Really?
I'm not going to do it with my drawing hand.
Wow.
Fair. You know, it's funny. I used to be really, really into art. I loved art. I love art very much. I find it very therapeutic and everything. But years and years ago, this hand, I have metal. I have no knuckle in several of my fingers. So that's actually a scar from one of the surgeries where they had to actually cut. I pulverized the knuckles in my hand. It was a four-wheeler accident. And
Ooh.
I flipped a four-wheeler. Your model has arrived. Paint me. Darn right. I flipped it and I actually threw myself underneath it to try and get away from like the back rack because I have a 550 Grizzly. And when I jumped forward, I got my main back under the seat, but I threw my hand forward and the front rack came down and actually crushed my hand. So that's 650 some pounds rotating on a hill, and it came down and I thought I dislocated finger, so I had a family member go to pop them back in. Like, I've dislocated stuff many times, so it does not bother me having somebody pop it back in for me. and sometimes I could do it myself. So I had him try and set the fingers. There was nothing to set. Like he went to put in the first one, and you pull it out, go up, push it in, and we both looked up at each other at the same time and go, "There's nothing there." And he goes, "Yeah, there's nothing there." And so I went to the hospital the next morning, and they took X-rays, and it come to find out I pulverized several of the knuckles in my hand. So there are no knuckles in there. It's just metal. So they had to actually do surgery and put metal plates and screws and doohickeys in my hand. So I have them in my palm. I have them in 3 fingers and everything, and that's as far as I can bend this finger. And this is my dominant hand, so doing stuff like this is very difficult. Like, I can't draw like freehand anymore. I just can't hold a pen or a pencil like very well. But with brushes like this, with the distance, I'm not going to be super good, but I'm able to do this, and I get tremendous satisfaction out of this.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was a long way to get to that, but thank you for being there for the ride.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah, but it looks like everybody's all done. I'm not going to hold everybody up.
No, dude, you're fine. Do you, man?
So I believe next week you're doing a takeover MageBrush, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep, and you're going to be doing some teaching, right?
Yep, I'm gonna do my do the class that I'm gonna do at PAX. So I'm gonna be painting this guy, and I'm kind of just dry running my I'll dry run my lesson plans.
Nice. I will be tuning in for that.
So basically, it's just gonna be a little bit of color theory. A little bit of color theory, a little bit of base coating and thinning, a little bit of dry brush and using a wash. Just beginner stuff.
Okay.
Super beginner stuff, which is fun though, right? Like, it's also important.
Absolutely.
Now, why is my camera not wanting to focus on?
Yeah, I saw you taking a photo of your thing, and I'm like, I need to do that. Hang on.
I'm trying to. It's not wanting to do the thing with the stuff though. I have a couple paint mentors, so I'm like, I need to send them things. So they can like tell me how crappy it is.
Oh. Well, that's nice.
Well, it's more me disparaging myself.
Should we just put it in the general chat?
Yeah. Upload failed. Why? There we go. What I'm sending you, Bird, is actually the 2 files that make up the bag design.
Oh, okay.
One's an AI and one's a PSD.
Gotcha.
But
Sounds good.
it all makes up that top one. So essentially want to like leave the brain, like, which is pretty standard for the main kit, and over in kind of like the negative area, and then like kind of surrounding, semi-transparent and everything, put maybe multicolor and some tabletop elements kind of like trickled throughout, you know what I mean?
Right. No,
And for
I will,
people listening, AI is an Adobe Illustrator file,
Yes.
not artificial intelligence. Just putting that out there in case people are going to be like butthurt over it.
Ooh, I figured out how to do the OBS virtual camera thing. You guys can watch me work on this.
Ooh.
Really? Did you really?
Yeah, I figured it out. Look.
How did you do that?
I only just started using OBS Studios, but like you can go to the setting gear next to virtual camera, and then output type or the output selection, or yeah, no, output type, you set it as source, and then as long as you got your window capture or whatever you're using to capture what you're working on, you just select that, and then you hit start virtual camera, and then you go to zoom, and then zoom has an option for OBS
Yeah.
virtual camera.
You can do the same thing for like the cameras here. That's what I was saying before about like I was getting annoyed that I couldn't get it to work because then I could have had two cameras going the whole time where in Zoom it would look like one, but it would be two in reality because you can have the virtual cam just do a OBS scene.
Yeah.
You guys
So
are
you can run
fancy.
like dual cam in a single virtual cam, but the security things I'm on my work computer, so
Ah, yeah.
that's not a thing.
Not at the moment, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, my work computer is locked up. Actually, to tell you the truth, I think I was talking to Lazy Panda on Monday morning, and he convinced me to make a Warhammer TV account, and I did it on my work one. So now
Oh no.
the login and everything's saved on that. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I did that on my work stuff, but oh well. All right, well, I had a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, it was fun.
Two.
I thought it was a lot of fun, and Bert, are you going to be streaming the art that you're doing?
I was gonna like take a break and go eat dinner.
Okay. Oh yeah, time zones. Forgot. Wait a minute, it's still late.
Yeah, it's like 7:30. I've been munching.
Yeah, you had a Nutri-Grain bar. You're good. No, go eat. Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to painting with everybody again here soon and getting some more progress done on this guy. So,
In 2 weeks, right?
yes, in 2 weeks.
Next week is me doing my classes, and then 2 weeks it's
And then it's
everybody again.
It's everybody again. My lights are kind of dark tonight for some reason. I don't know why.
To match your soul.
No, it just feels like they're like super dark tonight. Like I'm getting a lot of shadows on them. But this is the progress I've made so far on them. So not bad.
Let me see. Ooh, nice.
Getting there.
That's
So you got a lot
awesome.
of the base colors done.
Yes, I got the base pretty much done on him. And I started kind of like working on his cowl a little bit and just trying to layer these pumpkins. But I'm starting to see that there's kind of like lines. I might actually go over those and use those as vines, like going around the pumpkin, because it doesn't look like it's supposed to be there. But like I said, trying to get this from just flat black and all the features and everything like uncovered again.
Right.
But I'm real excited. I am definitely going to practice some of that. What do you call it with the dry brush? Paint the mountains?
Yeah, the snow caps.
What's the saying?
Or I forget what I actually said the one day.
Yeah, it's something like paint the snow, paint the mountains or whatever.
Yeah, just the dust the tips of the mountains.
Yeah.
It's like termination dust, like that
Oh,
first
that's
snow.
what I said. Dust the tip of the mountains.
Yep. So that's what I'm gonna be practicing at the very end, because I want to get some of these high points and get some of those light notes.
Yeah.
So
And that's one reason why I chose this guy. This is actually one of my old player characters from one of my old games. Tory Lemongrass, Druid Boy, but like I chose him because he's got a lot of like smaller dry brush places, like on the wooden shield here, on his cape, or not a cape, like cloth thing. You got dry brush here, you got some a little bit of dry brush stuff there, but then you can also practice like layering and some edge highlighting on a lot of this stuff too. So it'll be cool. So we're gonna work with this. We're gonna work with this and some brushes.
Very cool. Very
So
cool.
it'll be cool.
I love it. And
Yeah, man.
I love my gamer envy handle here. I love this, and I love these little freaking anchors.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Joe's copping my style.
I am.
Just putting that out there.
I'm actually gonna make a gamer envy command in the chat. That way, we can just do a shout out for them and just send people over there. Yeah, I think it would be super nice.
They're really good people.
Good peeps. All right, who's?
You're gonna love hanging out with Kit.
I'm looking forward to it. All right, let's see who's live right now. Oh, we got a bunch of people.
There's a lot of people.
Oh
yeah,
my
they're all
God.
doing the dungeon.
Maybe I should try the dungeon.
No, not on contest.
No, I'm not.
Don't
that
hate
good.
yourself.
I don't hate myself that much. Let's see. I see Prague
Not
is
yet,
on.
anyway.
So let's go raid Prague. Plus, raids count now towards partner.
Oh, good.
Your guy looks real good. You got like the base of the coat and everything done in like a blue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting there. I got the lighter blue shirt I'm gonna do with, and then his pants. He's got rope, but I'm gonna do that in a hemp color, and then like a light tan. And the sickle I'm gonna be stuck on for a little bit, but I'm seeing that in the ground. It's not just ground; they're leaves. So I got to get some autumn colors and do the leaves.
What you could do with the sickle is just paint it completely like matte black, and then you could dry brush some metallic on it, like a steel metallic, because then it will just look like real tarnished and stuff.
But you see, like,
instead of
this is like, looks like twine or whatnot in it, like fabric. And here it looks like a jawbone. Like when you get up close, you can see like the features of it.
Oh, interesting.
So it looks like a jawbone versus a sickle. So it's like that's what's got me kind of hung up right now, because I might do it.
Like also looks metal though.
Right? It's kind of confusing. So I'm gonna have some fun with that.
I mean, you could treat it like a saw blade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, because that's almost what it looks like to me. It almost looks like a real janky like tree pruner saw. You know what I'm talking about? Like the tree pruner ones that are like they're hooked.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
But they're still a hand saw.
Yes.
That's almost what it looks like to me. But I don't know. I'm not the sculptor.
I